What up, good people? What up, Tag Nation? Um, this past weekend was WrestleMania weekend. Uh, unfortunately slash fortunately, however
Wow,
how you
wow,
want to
wow!
put it.
I didn't even see him wearing it like that. That's just
There's
disrespectful.
a there's a there's a new champ been crowned, and we'll get to it after this beautiful bean footage.
Mm.
T.A.G.
That's tag shit.
Free fall as I die through the kaleidoscope in my mind. No rope up to climb. Gotta remind myself that I'm fine. Mama, I don't really want.
All right, so this past weekend,
I
WrestleMania
don't want to talk
weekend,
about it. I don't want to talk
and
about it.
the man below me, Jaeger Bombastic.
Does not want to talk about it.
I'm just saying you don't have to talk about it, but he defended his title in a fatal four-way. We had NXT Stand and Deliver, WrestleMania Saturday, WrestleMania Sunday, and I'm gonna go ahead. This will be the only time I do something like this, but go ahead. Go ahead.
No, we don't have to talk about it because here's the thing. I did all the talking prior to all of this. I told everybody what Destiny was. I told everybody exactly what it was going to be from the beginning. I had stated, and this is after Royal Rumble. I had stated exactly what was going to happen and how things were meant to be. That's it.
You know what?
There's
You know
nothing for
what?
me to
I will talk about it.
All right, hold on. Let me. Oops, hold on. Go ahead, Jaeger.
I know. I'm just gonna say this on it. I'm glad that we waited this long to get this video going because now I know why I lost. And
Okay.
we'll get into that.
Oh my!
And we'll get into that. We'll get into that. I had a certain person's mentality of booking it like locked, especially because
I
he
agree.
has love for his baby.
I agree.
But it looks like another older boomer generation is what Lip was channeling, and and he made the right call. I'll give him that. He made the right call on who was really booking behind the scenes. Other than that, carry on.
All right. Well, like I said, we here WrestleMania weekend. Before we get into the specifics, fellas, how did y'all feel about WrestleMania weekend?
I'm not gonna lie. Aside from, I guess, Stand and Deliver and me fucking up in that regard,
I did too.
the entirety of WrestleMania was like probably one of the better WrestleManias they've had in the last 3 to 5 years. It's
Okay.
probably actually it might be up for one of the best in my opinion. Aside from a certain pinfall that shouldn't have happened.
Jugs, what you got?
Yeah, I thought this year's WrestleMania was like really good. You had a lot of good drama and stuff. Like the match quality, like from like all these matches, like from good to great. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree with um I agree with Sammy here, that yeah, these past few years, yeah, this is one of the best WrestleManias.
Champ.
Night one was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Night two could have used some work, but they I think night two would have been much better had the matches been much better. I mean, aside from the main event, obviously, you think about the Hell in a Cell, you think about Asuka and Bianca, almost and Brock. Obvious, the women's tag match didn't need to be there at fucking all. But yeah, night one, probably the best start to that Mania. And I wish it would have continued that same trend, if not going upward. But the main event kind of saved night two for sure. But outside of that,
Yeah.
it's a solid. It was still a solid Mania.
I want to hear Scoot's opinion.
I
Yeah.
would say if I'm judging it as a whole, like including NXT, fire. When we start to break it down, you will start to see how I prefer things over the other. But if we're going off of WrestleMania, night one overall was definitely better than night two.
Oh, I agree. And,
Because
and people were saying that
I'll agree.
night two was going to be a lot better. But looking at the card and stuff. But I enjoy night one more overall.
Yeah.
And also I gotta say, there's so much wrestling on. Like it's so hard
It
to watch.
was.
It's so hard to watch everything.
was.
Like, cause like there were times like where I was like wasn't at home like around time, and then I have to go back and watch it or something. And
I'll say because I gotta go back and still watch Ring of Honor.
yeah, I watched Ring of Honor,
So-
which dude, that injury, and I got mentioned that injury with
Dante Martin.
Yeah,
Dante
Dante
Martin.
Martin. Hopefully for a speedy
with that Canadian
recovery.
destroyer. Oh my god, that was crazy.
Hopefully it's not that bad, but that looked bad.
I mean, Ring of Honor. And I also gotta say, Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor is basically a 3-match show. Like, there's only 3 matches that were really worthy of watching on the show.
Okay. All right.
Hold on. I'm sorry, Dante. I really am.
Right.
But you're just like I said, Ray Phoenix had an arm look like a bent back paper clip. Your ankle look like a barely filled water balloon dangling like that. I'm sorry. And I hate it.
All you gotta do
But
him
hey,
like that.
maybe Sky Blue can nurse that shit back together. Just saying.
Lucky man, that is.
Oh, is Dante
yeah.
with Sky Blue?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
All right. But so now we got bent back paper clip and barely filled water balloon.
Yes.
Sorry, Dante. Dante, speedy recovery. Get well soon. But let's get into it. NXT Stand and Deliver. Now, this is where I thought personally I was going to shine with the predictions and the picks. Because, I was thinking more, I guess, long-term booking or maybe short-term booking. I don't know. But this match upset me because the moment I saw it was on the pre-show, I knew I picked wrong. But it was 8-person tag, Schism versus Chase U and Tyler Bate, and Chase University was on the line. The moment that because I was outside walking Bella, and Ashley came to me and said, "Hey, the tag match is on." I was like, "What you talking about?" The tag match is on. I was like, "Wait, on the pre-show?" I was like, "Oh, I knew I picked wrong." I knew I picked wrong. The moment it was on the pre-show, it was wrong. But
you go on.
I would say how the match came together, it really felt like it was more for Schism to take. But I guess they even tried to give that whole with Duke Hudson and his whole will he won't he turn situation. But all in all, it was a match. It happened.
Yeah. Nah.
So if anybody got anything to say, we'll just move on. Oh, I am going to be pissed. I am going to be pissed.
Let me just preface by I work tonight at that weekend, so I slept through a Stand and Deliver.
That's fine. But no, I am going to be pissed because they just announced Wesley is taking on Axiom for the North American title. And if Axiom wins, I am going to be pissed.
You son of a bitch, Vince mother.
Oh no, Axiom's definitely taking that one because that's
I am going to be pissed.
I'm mad already. I don't even care what the result is. I'm mad.
But for sure, okay.
Axiom wins, I'm pissed. If Axiom loses, I'm still pissed that you would even still tease this bullshit.
Right. But opening up the show,
NXT. I don't want to talk about the 8-person tag match.
My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I hate how they put it on the pre-show.
It's too.
Like, WWE hasn't been doing pre-show matches, I don't know, for the longest of time. And for this WrestleMania weekend, you don't need to be watching any pre-show matches. They should have had this on the regular card, and this was also Ava Rain's first match, in-ring match. So why not have it on the actual pay-per-view or whatever they like?
Oh, is her last name Reigns?
Well, Rain.
Ava Rain.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rain.
Yeah. So I just
RAINE.
That'll
I,
change when she gets to Maine.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I just had like a feeling that also I had a feeling that Schism was gonna win, but I felt like what was his name? Not Andre Chase. Duke Hudson took a turn. I mean, he teased the turn a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
Then he turned back with Chase U. But yeah, this match, like, it was just a match and stuff. But I was just, I was upset that I was on the pre-show. But yeah.
Like I said, the moment it was on the pre-show, I knew, I chose wrong picking Schism.
Yep.
So, and then of course, after night one, we had news that Ripper and Jagger, formerly of Grizzled Young Vets, they apparently requested their release. So,
yeah, as they should.
We'll see what happens with that situation.
I mean, if it's still Vince, then no.
Right. But to start off the show, NXT Women's Championship ladder match. The champ, Roxanne Perez, defended against Gigi Dolan, Tiffany Stratton, Indy Hartwell, Lyra Valkyria, and Zoe Stark. I knew going into this there was going to be a new champ. Because I know y'all was all picking Roxanne, and I was like, the only reason I would see them giving Roxanne to retain was the fact that promo she had with Sean Tuesday, where she was talking about how she was dealing with anxieties and she had to get over the anxieties. So let me fight, let me defend the title, and blah blah blah. And I was like, damn it.
That was so cringeworthy. It's like, why did they do all that stuff? Like, to have her just, in the ladder match. Like, I just don't understand.
There was absolutely no reason for her to go on that, as you said, cringeworthy.
But then it was funny because Sean told her, you will have the first shot at whoever's the champ. So I would have been like, all right, cool. Let them fight out in that dangerous match, and I'll get.
Yeah, right.
like let them fight.
I think her anxiety's worse now after her losing. Like this made her anxiety go up even higher.
Oh my god! What if? All right, I thought Indy was gonna just get called up. That's why I was.
Me too.
Like I thought it was about time for her. She'd been there way too long. Otherwise, I would have picked her. I'm not gonna lie. But like this just goes to show that it's like, I swear, if Roxanne ends up winning that belt back just for Indy to get called up because after Stand and Deliver, that's going to be some more Vince bullshit that I am not going to be okay with.
Well, upon tonight, it looks like Zoe Stark is Indy's first challenger. So we'll see.
Okay, fair enough on that.
Here's the problem.
What you got to do,
especially how they booked this, because I don't see how you don't follow all the way through with Roxanne Perez. First of all, it was
that kind of a fucking speech. Anyways,
it was completely stupid to have her in the match to begin with. It was stupid to have her in the match. It was stupid to like, you should have just kept her off, because if you're going to follow through with the Shawn Michaels thing, it goes back to what myself and Jaeger were talking about during the predictions video, where I stated that the best thing that they could have done is follow through and have it emulate the same thing that they did for WrestleMania 10, where you have somebody like Razor who had the belt, and you have Shawn come back, who says, I never lost the belt, I'm still champ. Roxanne didn't have to sit here and say, oh, I'm still champ. She could have just, came back and just said, hey, I want a fair shot or whatever at whoever, because she's going to be that honorable person. But you didn't need her in this match. And it's stupid to even think about the whole fact about her having anxiety to come back to one of the biggest stages with the anxiety she has. Like, you think like that's not going to affect her anxiety anymore, especially in a fucking ladder match. Storytelling. It's just stupid.
Yep.
It's just stupid to even do it like that. And then to have her come and then still lose, it just didn't work out for her in any way, shape, or form. Having her in this match, there was no way that you should have had her in here and not have her win, because it's a lose-lose. Now, with Indy winning, it's a big ass fucking surprise because it's unexpected.
Yeah.
Because
Very
that's the one
unexpected.
person that you would, even if you didn't think she was getting called up, there was no way anybody was calling her to win that title.
No,
She was
especially
like
since
my second to last person who I think would have won this match.
I would say, especially since she slid in on the last second on a triple threat match to be the last competitor to enter.
Yeah, that's fair. I
So-
would have only had her in contention because I'm looking at her timeline and how long she's been at NXT.
Well, and kind of like what you said, Jaeger, I was thinking to myself, okay, with Roxanne losing, and then I was thinking to myself, because I was like, okay, if Roxanne loses, for sure, Roxanne and Indy might get called up because in Roxanne's case, she's pretty seasoned. I mean, she was Ring of Honor's first women's champ. She wrestled with Book in his promotion. She can get her feet wet in like a SmackDown and, thrive. And Indy, she's been in NXT long enough now, but it definitely caught me off guard with Indy taking it. And then, of course, the heartbreak of Gigi about to win it, and JC was like, nah.
I saw
would
that
have
coming
had
a mile away.
Gigi.
I saw it coming a
Definitely.
mile away.
What, JC coming in?
Yeah, because if she's not in the match, she's definitely going to interfere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that feud is far from over.
Hell, to be honest with you, I wouldn't have had mine Zoe Stark winning.
I honestly would have had JC Jane in the match instead of Gigi and had JC win. To just
that was weird that they had Gigi beat JC to qualify.
Because then you could have Gigi off of TV the same way you had Roxanne Perez. You have JC win the title just on heel shit to follow that momentum and have her kind of carry on and do shit. Then you have Gigi come in, and then you have her beat Gigi, and then you have Roxanne beat JC. That's just But they don't pay me to book NXT, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Michael Hickenbottom higher Dizzle.
Well, the way it might go, they might not be paying Sean to book it anymore either. So next match, we had the NXT Tag Team Title Triple Threat. Gallus, them Gallus boys on top, the Creed Bros, and we had Tony D and the Underboss, Stacks. Going in this match, it did not feel like Gallus was going to lose those belts.
This went the way it was supposed to go.
Yeah, it did not feel like Gallus was going to lose coming into this match, because especially with Gallus kind of just winning the titles like at the last event, which was
Deadline.
Thank you. No, yes, Deadline. Sorry, yes, with them winning at Deadline in a fatal 4-way match, it kind of felt like, I don't think Gallus is gonna lose it that quick. Now,
actually, no, it wasn't Deadline. Sorry, it was that one in Portland. No, not Portland. What was it? Oh God, I can't remember.
I thought it was Deadline.
No, Deadline was in December. They did one in February.
Oh, they did. Oh, Vengeance Day.
Vengeance Day. There we go.
I admittedly went for the underdog.
That was in North Carolina. Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, because you went for Stacks and D'Angelo. That wasn't a bad choice either.
Because I feel like they were I feel like they're like an over team right now. I feel like they're really deserving of winning the title.
So that wasn't a bad choice either.
I feel like the Creed brothers are going to be getting called to the main roster very soon, because they're definitely
doing something.
They got to be like Gable's rivals, or Gable's got to join them or something whenever they get called up.
I can somewhat see that, especially if Otis officially becomes Otis. I can see the Creed brothers enrolling in Alpha Academy.
I mean,
and kind of have Gable's own little personal world's greatest tag team type of situation.
That'd be cool.
That would work.
Dizzle, you got anything to say?
No, it went the way that it should have gone.
Oh, was it Mark? Not Mark. Joe. Joe Coffey made his return. And, tag team titles.
Yeah, I mean,
wait, who made their return?
Joe Coffey.
Joe Coffey.
Yeah.
He's finally off suspension, I guess. So now this match, this next match, Oh boy.
Oh man,
Okay.
that's a crazy banger.
The North American Championship Fatal 5-Way. The champ Wesley defended against Dragon Lee, Axiom, Ilya Dragunov, and JD Madonna. This was 100% match of the night, by the way.
Mhm.
I enjoyed every bit of this match because I love the fact that you had the high flyiness. I love the fact that you had the technical aspect, the grappling aspect. Like, I enjoyed every bit of this match. And, I even told Ashley, I love the way it ended with Wesley hitting that cardiac kick around the same time as everybody collided. And I was like, that's a sexy way to retain your title. That was sexy. But if you lose that title tonight, I'm gonna be pissed. That's all I'm saying.
There was some off bits in the very beginning of the match, for sure. Before everything kind of got rolling, but once things got rolling and people start getting their spots in, that's when it ramped up for me. And Wesley is a fantastic, unexpected North American champion.
Oh, absolutely.
Because had the release of Nash Carter not happened, I don't know if we would have gone this direction with him. I think they would have solely boxed him into the tag division.
Yeah.
And I think that would have transitioned over to the main roster where they probably would have fizzled out in some way, shape, or form. But I think this situation for him works perfectly, almost in a Kofi Mania sense. Not necessarily to that extent, but to the extent of it basically being how you only view him in this area, but now his avenues has opened up so much to where he can go basically anywhere and be slotted in perfectly without it feeling weird. Because right now you have a potential up and coming star on your hands for the main roster if it's played right. I mean, not now, given certain situations, but his stock has risen. I'll say that.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree. Anything else anybody want to say about the Fatal 5-Way before we move on?
It was pure fuckery. I gotta say that. Like it was crazy stuff. Like you said, best match of the night.
Justice for JD McDonough for sure.
I call him Mini.
He gonna get his one day.
Justice for
JD deserves something.
Justice for Mini Finny.
Maybe when Breaker drops it.
But we had the next match, which is the unsanctioned match. Johnny Takeover, aka Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano versus Grayson Waller.
I got a problem immediately because I didn't know the match card order. Why is the unsanctioned match not the very last match?
Because it was the world title match that was last, and it was.
No, I'm just saying. Regardless, that's usually.
I get what you're saying, but I guess they didn't want to follow AEW to a T. So
I mean, I'm just saying.
To be perfectly honest with you, I ain't like this match. I wasn't. I don't know if it was the fact that the way it just turned out, but I wasn't the biggest fan of this match. It wasn't one of Johnny's best matches, especially since he's Johnny Takeover. It something felt off with this match.
Well, it's simple. I mean, well, for me looking at it objectively, it's the story itself made sense.
Yes.
The execution was the problem, and that's because, and this is the main thing. It's because of who's involved. Johnny is involved. The fact that you had a blood feud with Johnny and Ciampa before, and it led up to their own unsanctioned match, which was done correctly, by the way.
And there's nothing that could live up to the Johnny and the Tommaso Ciampa feud.
True, and this did not have to, but the problem is that they end up rushing it. Because once Johnny was announced as his opponent, they rushed the fuck out of this. And they tried to emulate it in a very fast track way. And that's why when the match happened, it just felt like a regular hardcore match where it was like no engagement or emotion involved from anybody watching. And like, even when you got Candace, you know, thrust into this, it didn't feel like anything. It didn't feel like she like got her, you know, upcomings because her family's being fucked with. It's like, well, that shit happened like 2 weeks ago. I get you mad, but you know, you ain't hurt. You know, it's not like she got tormented like a Randy Orton, you know, tormenting Triple H and Stephanie McMahon and the Holy Man family.
Speaking of Randy Orton, I saw one of the funniest memes. They was like, Randy Orton was out here punting whole families and just be in the ring just like this.
See? But Grayson Waller just isn't. He cool, but he ain't that guy.
Now,
you know?
The only reason why I picked Waller for this, because I was thinking to myself, it made sense for Waller to win, because if they want Waller to keep still being that cheeky heel that he is, give him this W. Like, but
I gotta say this about Grayson Waller, man. He was all bruised and battered, like from all those kendo stick shots, and like he saw the welts on his body. I mean, yeah, that's about one of the only things I remember from the match. Like this, other than that, this match is kind of forgettable for me a little bit. I don't know.
And Scoot, you're right, and you would be right picking him if it was anybody else.
True.
But since Johnny is not on the NXT roster, it's like you move him away. It's like a set it and forget it. He's no longer a factor. So if Grayson Waller had to see somebody on the roster and see him every show, it's like, man, you got hold on that one, man.
You're right.
Yeah, that's the only problem. But outside of that, I feel the same way. It was a nothing match.
Now, the next match, I will give my reasons to why I went against the group in this. NXT Women's Tag Team Title match. The champs, Fallon Henley, Kiana James versus Isla Dawn, Alba Fire. This match was stupid. The ending was stupid.
And it was very stupid.
The ending was stupid. Like, I don't even see to even rewind. I don't even see why they gave the belts to them if it was going to end this way. Yeah. Because they had Fire and Dawn antagonizing them, but then they had the infighting between the two because Kiana James is supposedly cheating on Brooks. So you had all of that.
Who's Brooks Jensen's partner? What's his name again?
What's up?
Who's Brooks Jensen's partner? What's his name?
Josh Briggs.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's Josh Briggs. I'm feeling they're gonna reveal that.
That would be like a nice little swerve, because whoever this Sebastian person is, it would be something if Sebastian is like Briggs' middle name or some crazy shit like that. But you had all that going into it, and then this match was so flat. Like,
I don't even remember how the match ended, to be honest.
Basically, Kiana was telling Brooks to hand her purse so she could cheat. Fallon was in the corner like, Brooks don't do it. Briggs was over there like, Brooks don't do it. Then it calls Fire and Dawn to basically take it over for them to hit that backbreaker swanton and 1, 2, 3 new champs. And it was like, this could have been done on NXT.
Mm-hmm.
This didn't have to be done on Stand and Deliver. Like, this could have been done on the regular show, and the impact would have still been the same.
Yep.
But anybody else got something to say? We got new champs and Dawn and Fire, but anybody?
I mean, it's what I expected, because Fallon Henley and Kiana James, they're not a real tag team. You know, it's got thrown together. Like, I haven't really been loving this like whole like love triangle storyline. I don't know. I don't like it that much. I mean, I don't really like love triangle storylines that much. I mean, there's only one that I really enjoyed, which was back in 05. Was it 05 or 04? It was with Christian, Trish.
Oh, Christian Jericho and Trish.
Yeah. That one, I really enjoyed that one back in the day.
I think that was Mania.
Mania 20.
20?
Yeah, in 04. Yeah. But yeah, I just not a big fan of this, and also I'm not a big fan of Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs. They never really grew on me and stuff. So, and also
Just some
aren't Isla
good old
Dawn,
boys, man.
aren't Isla Dawn and Alba Fire? Aren't they supposed to be like, like a few months ago? They were like feuding and stuff,
They
and
kind
now
of did the whole. They kind of did the whole Timothy Thatcher Tommaso Ciampa thing, where they fought each other and then they decided they were better as a tag team type of thing.
They kind of made it look more intimate than that, but yeah.
yeah,
They did.
they were making
They
it
did.
really intimate with their entrances and stuff. I'm like, man, and
Like
also
their unholy fire blood union, whatever the fuck that
and
was.
also
Yeah,
Isla
so-
Dawn, her cheeks were hanging out though, man. Ooh, that was good.
But
I love cheeks. Anyways,
we get to our
Cheeks
main
Dawn.
event,
No, that don't have a ring to it like Cheeks Stolen.
NXT Championship. I got that dog in me, Braun Breaker versus him, Carmelo Hayes. I said this. I think I said that on the prediction. No, I don't think I did say it on the prediction show, but I meant this. If Braun Breaker would have retained that title, I would unplug the PlayStation.
Wait, you were watching on the PlayStation?
Yeah.
Jeepers. Okay.
I would have unplugged my PlayStation if Braun would have retained. Plain and simple.
damn.
I would have just.
Where are you going?
I mean, you should. Okay, so I was doing a live stream. What night was that on?
Mhm.
For Mania Night 2, and yeah, my buddy, he was. Well, actually, we'll get into that later because I don't want to spoil anything. People who haven't seen. I'll wait to get to it. But yeah, you keep going on.
But yeah, I didn't get a chance to see a lot of this match. I was indisposed at the moment. But the ending part I saw, of course, was Melo, because when he shoot, he don't miss. And from the highlights I seen, it was pretty back and forth. It seemed almost kind of like a typical Braun Breaker match in a sense, but which is funny because now that makes him 0-2 at Stand and Delivers, because he didn't retain against Dolph, but won the belt back at Raw, which was weird. And then this year he lost the belt to Carmelo. So, but
Carmelo is him.
he is him. Go ahead, Dylan, what you got?
This match fell flat for me.
Yeah. Also,
was
I hate the ending, like with Trick Williams getting involved, and then after and then they have Carmelo Hayes winning, and then after the match we have Braun Breaker, basically just handing the title, like showing Carmelo Hayes a respect. Like after you're getting attacked, like Carmelo Hayes went cheaply. Like I wouldn't be handshaking him. I would be beating him down. Like that just didn't make any sense, for them, for Braun Breaker to show him the respect, and with the whole, with the build to this, with them showing how they respect each other, I think this fell flat a little bit, and it seemed
The
like
reason,
go ahead.
The reason why I don't like how this whole thing is this could be the old school fan in me, is because this had the same makings as Brett and Sean.
Okay.
At Mania. Because the way that they built this is like it was a long time coming with these two, and everybody was waiting for this matchup. Firstly, Trick Williams shouldn't have been ringside.
When the entrance happened, I honestly thought he was going to send Trick to the back,
as he should have. And whether you're a face or because thing is the making of this match is bigger than your alignment on where you are, whether you're face or heel. Because it's just about the competition and the way that the way it was built up. It should have just been these two mano a mano, and the booking of the match should have been way better. So I don't know who booked the match, but I don't like the way that they went about it, because this should have been, a struggle for both. This should have been Carmelo basically having Braun's number, and Braun basically bringing that dog out of Carmelo to say, hey, if you're going to take the reins on this, you need to show that you got what it takes to have everything you got, you need to give. And I felt like it just wasn't that. And by the end, when you have the belt shot by Trick Williams, that fell flat. Then the ending after that fell flat, because it's like, I got hit with a belt. Why would I hand you a title and not debt
Yeah.
Trick Williams, you know, because you caused me this shit.
Mhm.
So it's and then to have Carmelo not even do anything regarding that, like, you know, hey, this is supposed to be my shot. You could have easily fixed that by having him take that shot and then having Carmelo be like, yo, I need to win this on my own, like, and then allowing Braun to get up and then them just going at it from there. It's a lot of holes in the whole match for me, and that's why I didn't really like it. That's why the whole thing, I'm like, I'm not convinced now, you know. So, but good on Melo for finally getting his due.
Yeah, that was my thing. It was just good on Melo because it was by time for Braun to go ahead and lose it, because I mean, if he would have beat Carmelo, then I was like, okay, I definitely couldn't see who was gonna take that belt off you.
Absolutely.
Right.
But
Cameron Grimes.
Going
honestly,
straight
I thought he was gonna debut last night.
Going straight to the
Man,
job.
But that was NXT Stand and Deliver. All in all, it wasn't a bad show. I did enjoy the women's ladder match. I did enjoy the Fatal Five Way. It wasn't one of the better takeovers or
Well, then I want
their
to go back to the
PLEs,
takeover
but
thing.
it was still watchable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It was a show.
I agree.
All right, well, now that was earlier in the day. Later on that day, we had WrestleMania Saturday night. Yeah, WrestleMania Saturday night. It was already a day full of excitement with NXT, and then we start off WrestleMania with the United States Championship, the champ Austin Theory versus John Cena. Now, it wasn't until mid-match where I regretted changing my pick to Austin Theory. I mean, regretted changing my pick from Austin Theory to John Cena, because Ashley brought up a good point. Don't John Cena got a movie to promote and things like that? And I was like, shit.
See, here's
All
the
right.
thing. Here's what I thought was going to happen. Okay, so with the reason why, originally I was going with Austin Theory. On my prediction video, I said Austin Theory is going to win. And I was thinking, oh, maybe they want to give, because like the last time Cena won the United States Championship was at WrestleMania 20, and like he opened the show, against the Big Show. Okay, maybe they want to have Cena win.
No, it was against Rusev. That's because he beat Rusev.
Oh yeah, Rusev. Sorry, that was in 2015. Yeah, he won at Mania 31. So this was the third time he's won the United States Championship at WrestleMania. But I thought like, okay, maybe they have him win for a night or so. Go back to the old times, and then maybe on Monday Night Raw, or maybe like the next night WrestleMania, they bring out Braun Breaker or somebody, and they beat Braun Breaker beats Cena for the title. I don't know. That's what I feel like was going to happen.
Scoot, I did consider that too, which is why I did pick Cena. But because everything that he does have to promote, but I was like, okay, well, all his movies are post-production right now, so he doesn't have to be on set for anything. So his promotion can come at the expense of WWE with him promoting throughout that time. Now,
also, there was so much promotion on WrestleMania both nights.
That's a lot of stuff. But with Cena being champ, my whole thing was like, how are we supposed to humble Theory? Because there's no character growth if he wins. And even now, I'm still like, yeah, could it have been somebody else? Absolutely. But it has to be Cena. If he beats Cena, he just has more to basically brag about, which doesn't have him go anywhere. He's the same character that nobody's going to care about at the end of the day.
We're going to get to that little part later about the whole Theory and his highness, but
highness,
his the high he's riding on. Beating Cena. I'm glad they started the show.
Yeah.
Because it would have been like somewhere in the middle, I would have been like kind of but since it started the show, it was like, all right, that's cool. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I thought the match was just cool. Like,
And
it was
also,
like, all right,
Cena
it's cool.
he didn't look like he was like he kind of like gassed a little bit. Like he did seem like he really wasn't in his right strides and stuff. So I don't know. And also Cena he definitely has that bald spot on the back of his head. I mean, ruthless aggression era is coming to an end and stuff. We got a lot of guys want to retire. Edge is
Yeah,
wanting to
it is.
retire. Rey
It
Mysterio
is.
went to the Hall of Fame. I mean, it's sad. I mean, it really is. We're losing our ruthless aggression guys. And also with Austin Theory tapping out to the STF, but they're, having that ref bump and then the whole low blow.
That ref bump. I said to Ashley, I was like, "Look, that kick in the gut wasn't that damn serious."
Look, from now on, y'all have the performance center. Y'all have all these avenues to have these referees trained to take some type of bump. These outdated soft tap bumps that's putting these referees out for like half the fucking match needs to be just completely eradicated and done for. We need some more beefed up refs that can take bumps and be knocked the fuck out believably. Because like the shit like that, where you have somebody on your fucking shoulders and you turn them one time and they get knocked out by somebody's fucking ankles, it's stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
I've seen toddlers take better shots than that and then get up and start walking. You telling me a 40 to 55-year-old dude that's been around all these guys can't take something like that? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I agree. Also, one of the funniest ref bumps I've seen is I think it was Io Shirai. Was it her? Yeah. She was like doing like a moonsault one time back in like an NXT, and like it was hilarious. Like she missed like I don't know who it was against, but she missed it and she hit the ref, and the ref completely fell out of the ring. Like some of these ref bumps are so overdone. It's like hilarious. I got it. Especially in the Roman Reigns matches. Like, oh my god, which we'll talk about that later.
What were you about to
say? My only take on this match is that in my head I had it like, all right, Cena wins. Actually, Lip, you backed. I didn't say it out in the chat, but you actually kind of backed it up. You're going to kind of get a preview of who's writing the show depending on who wins on this one.
Yeah,
and also, that Vinnie Mac is back, and he loves Austin Theory.
No, that was exactly why we were like so aware of. I guess we know who's back in the room. But I mean, as far as the first night going, it didn't have anything that was like really like Vinnie Mac worthy aside from Theory winning. And you know what? I was like, all right, if this is all Mania is going to be, then I'll be fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there are some big complaints. While we did say this is a fire WrestleMania, there are some big complaints there.
Yeah,
and we're going to get into them. And one of my complaints is here. Like, Theory had no business winning this. You could have easily shown a young and good talent getting humbled and and then taking the year to be like, all right, you know what? There are so many legends in the back. You could have got Shelton Benjamin screen time. You could have gotten, hell, if you're done with Shawn Michaels in NXT, you could have got him screen time, talking about humbling Theory, like training him, all kinds of shit. But nah, you're just gonna be like, I'm the shit. Yeah, that's a great storyline.
Like Cena said in his promo, like a few weeks before, he said it's a lose-lose situation because now he has to come out on Monday Night Raw, and now he has to prove to the fans, that he can, do this,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, he already beat Cena. Now, can he live up to that? Now, can he live up to the next person?
we gonna get to the Raw after Mania, especially with Theory in a few more matches, because I'm big pissed.
Oh,
big
damn.
pissed.
Big
but
pissed.
The next match had no reason being as good as it did. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
let's just call that what it was, because the next
God,
the WrestleMania Showcase, Big Braun Strowman, Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus the Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders. Now, when we originally did the predictions, I said the Viking Raiders because I agreed that if Zayn and KO was going to take it, they need some heels. The only thing that made me change my mind was what happened on that SmackDown before Mania, because Ricochet and Strowman stole the victory from the Profits. And I was like, could the Prophets go ahead and take this now? So that's what made me change my mind.
All right, sound enough.
That's fair. That's fair.
Shout out to Dawkins with the big dick energy on
But,
Strowman.
oh my God, he derailed the fuck out of Strowman.
Also, can we talk about Ricochet when he did that shooting star press to the outside? Oh my
Fantastic
Lord.
shooting star. Fantastic.
Flawless.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
Michael Cole
he just
was on
makes this so flawless.
like when Michael Cole's talking on commentary, he's like, he looks like he paused in midair. Like, I don't know how he did that. Like, he got so high up in the air. Looks like he about jumped out of the camera.
Here's the reason why this match was so good, is because every spot was on point, every camera shot was on point, and it's just like everything just worked together. They utilized every bit of time that they had to its fullest extent from top to bottom. And that shit is rare because you don't always get shit like that. You know, it's like that camera shot with Roman on SmackDown where Jay was like, I don't give a damn about what the tribal chief said, and that camera just hit Roman like square in the face.
Yes.
It was just like perfect. That's how that match went.
And also Chad Gable with him suplexing Braun.
Oh, the chaos theory.
I'm just saying that chaos theory is just beautiful. I wish they go ahead and let Gable give it a name.
And then Braun Strowman going off the top rope. I mean, we had everybody flying this match in that big Tower of Doom in the match. Like, yeah, this match did not need to be that good. Like,
I saw a Twitter post not too long after this match saying, okay, and with that, we should officially retire the Tower of Doom.
Look here.
Yes.
Along with the Tower of Doom and the Canadian Destroyer, I'm tired of seeing it.
And the super, I'm tired of seeing so many super kicks.
I'm tired of seeing that too.
We can suspend super kicks and Canadian Destroyers for a little bit, but I do like to see them.
It's the Bucks' fault.
Let's tone down the frequency. I agree, but let's not eliminate them.
Let's not eliminate, but yeah, like you said, tone down.
Tower of Doom can go though.
Oh no, that can go a long time ago. That could have been win. Because I remember how that was an Impact thing, and then it came to WWE, and it was like no.
Another thing I don't like was with everybody diving out on everybody, like the people that standing around and then everybody it's all falling down on the outside. That's something that's so overdone in these multi-man matches.
Very true.
But yeah, I mean, hey, it didn't. This, like I said, this match did not need to be that good.
It's easily the number one contender for best match of that night.
Dizzle, you got anything to say before we move on?
Oh no, we're good on that one. We're good on that.
The next match, it kind of fell flat to me, guys. And that was Seth freaking Rollins and Logan Paul.
Oh, come on, man!
I said what I said.
Come on, man!
I said what I said.
You gonna really besmirch and disrespect the King of Drip that way?
As much as I love Seth Rollins, I was here for everything Seth Rollins did. But I don't know. It was something about the match that it just didn't resonate with me.
That's because this in itself was a Logan Paul match. Like you can look at it how you have the Miz and Logan Paul versus the Mysterios. Mm-hmm. That was a traditional tag match with Logan Paul having his highlights. You had the match with Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns. That was a Roman Reigns match that had Logan Paul showcase his stuff. This was centered around Logan Paul, and I don't think it's Seth's fault. I think Seth was trying to. It's almost like, hey, we're going to see if you can call your own match type shit. I'm not saying that's what happened, but it's like one of those things, where you look at it like that, because how many bad matches has Seth had, especially at Mania,
True. Yeah.
So you put Seth in here with anybody else, and the reason why I'm going with this route with it is because if this had been a Seth Rollins match, Seth would have lost. Because every time Seth Rollins goes all out, he's making somebody else look good, but he's making himself look damn good too. Think about the triple threat match with Miz, Balor and himself for the Intercontinental title.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic fucking match. And I believe he lost. I think Miz won that match.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, the Miz won that match.
You think about the match with him and Randy Orton at Mania with the fantastic stomp into the RKO. He lost that match. Granted, he went on to win the
he went on to win, but yeah,
championship later on. But Seth,
I mean, hell, his 3 matches against Cody.
Exactly. And so
the reason why I was going with Seth was because, like, well, he lost at 38, of course, to Cody, and then he lost at 37. Wasn't that to no, that wasn't the Bray. Who was it that actually was it Bray at 37?
37.
Who was 37? No, it wasn't Bray. Oh gosh. No, I can't remember. But I remember him losing at 37. No, Cesaro. He lost to Cesaro at 37. Yeah, that's who it was.
I didn't see a world where Logan Paul was going to win this. Like there was nothing in my mind that had Logan Paul beating Seth Rollins in this match, personally speaking. So
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, honestly, maybe contrary to y'all's belief, but I thought it was a solid match.
Yeah,
like I think there was another match that was like a little lamer compared to the rest, but I thought this is like as far as what it was from the fits, like Logan Paul doing his 90s X-Men Wolverine. Now,
you talking about the outfit? Yeah.
Oh, no! I was mad about him doing the Shawn Michaels. That motherfucker does not deserve to do the Shawn Michaels. that was some bullshit.
Yeah.
But aside from him doing that, yeah. No, his Wolverine fit was solid. I'm not gonna lie. Like Marvel, you should jump at him though for some copyright. Seth coming out like a true heartbreak kid. that was dope to me. But no, the match was fine. There was nothing, in my opinion, nothing wrong with the match. Even with KSI interfering, he still went through a damn table, so that was hilarious.
And apparently, he got injured. Like he got taken to the medical facility.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I would say it's going to fall in the middle for me as far as matches go, but it just wasn't. It wasn't one of my favorites.
It ranged in good for me.
Looking at it from an athletic standpoint, I thought the match, it was very fun. It was fine. I also like when Logan Paul, he has great athleticism. Jumping up to the top rope, that's nice. And the whole KSI stuff that was interesting. I mean, I knew who KSI is, but like I don't really watch like all this YouTube and stuff. But that was a nice frog splash that Logan Paul did. The right guy went over here, Seth Rollins.
100%.
He deserved to get a mini win. He hasn't had one for a while. I mean, it was a fine match, but I agree. It kind of falls around the middle for me. It's not my favorite.
I'll be 100% honest. There was no world where I was picking Logan Paul to win. And
exactly.
There is no world where I picked Logan Paul to win.
Yeah, especially in this situation.
Yeah.
But the next match, I still don't know how I feel about this match overall, but Trish Stratus, along with the women's tag team champions Becky Lynch and Lita versus Damage Control. I'm gonna let y'all take it away.
This match
that I did not give a shit about. This was the match I was so mad that I was being forced to watch to get to the other good shit later. This was the match that, god damn it, should have been Trish and Lita dropping those belts to Damage Control. And then like honestly, I would have been fine with a Becky and Bayley grudge match on Mania. That would have been fine. But god damn it, this should not have even been on the card. I did not give a shit about who won because it meant absolutely nothing. All this does is net hurt Damage Control.
Yeah, it very much so hurt Damage Control.
Yeah.
Oh, please enlighten me.
This match went on way too long for my liking. Man, this match felt like it was like going on for 20 minutes, but it went like 14 minutes, which, like I said, was way too long. Trish Stratus, she looked like a robot out there. She's like going through moves.
She about to pop out of her freaking fit.
But her attire, kind of going back to that WrestleMania 21 attire, that was pretty nice. Damage control. They're damaged at this point. I mean, and that's a pun intended. They're damaged at this point. I don't see him come back from this. It's like I wanted to see damage.
Yeah,
even
we're talking about
Loki
it,
agrees.
man.
I don't see damage control coming back from this, and like it's unfortunate because like Bailey, she's so good, and like it's just I don't understand. But that manhandle slam off the top rope, that was a nice spot in the match. Them hitting their finishers. But yeah, I don't understand this whole match. Like I could have saw this like on a Raw, to be honest with you. That's what this felt like.
I mean, you saw a variation of it the past 3 weeks, I'm sure.
True. Dizzle, you got anything to say?
Yeah, all this match showed me was that Becky chose the wrong person to be her tag partner to hold the titles with. I love Lita, but it's done. It's done. For
Hang
her.
them up. Hang them up.
Now,
it's like what was the point? What was the point of bringing them both back? Like I
honestly think Trish and Lita was supposed to be the tag team champions.
Correct.
Right? I think something happened with Trish and her schedule, and they just pivoted to make it Becky and Lita. But I think it was supposed to be Trish and Lita.
Here's the problem. This is what happens when you take a storyline and you try to implement said storyline past its expiration date. This was supposed to happen, I believe, 2 years ago with Trish and Lita.
Mm-hmm.
And
really?
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
and they didn't pull the trigger on it, and they should have, because they were both amped up, ready to go for this, and they waited too long. And now this is what you get. You get a situation like this where you take the mystique out of what could have been, and then you allow things to start showing its age, i.e. Lita. She can only hide so much. And if you have her on TV as much as you do lately, you start to see the certain imperfections and the blemishes that start to show itself. Trish can easily get away aesthetically with certain things. That's not to say that Lita's not attractive. I don't mean it like that. I mean it as Trish stays in shape.
And then plus with Lita having more high flyer type moves, if you're not pulling it off right, it's going to look awkward.
Exactly.
And that's what and that's what I had told Mike. I told him when they had won the titles, I said you could tell Lita doesn't actively train.
Yeah.
Like you could tell that it's kind of like riding a bike, but she's not actively training when she's away.
Correct.
So, but
that's my issue. But other than that, that's my 2 cents on that one.
Now, I will say my first heartbreak of the night comes in the form of the Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. Look here, I'm gonna say this.
Prison Dom here.
I don't care what anybody says. I am here for Dominic Mysterio. He is my kind of heel.
100%.
The way he did, now I'm gonna say this. I'm pretty sure that was one of the most difficult things he had to do at the Hall of Fame ceremony. Because at the Hall of Fame ceremony, him, Priest, and Rhea didn't stand up when Rey came out. And then, of course, when Rey started talking, they walked out. So I'm pretty sure that was one of the harder things Dominic, actually probably all three, had to do, because, I mean, it is Rey Mysterio. But Dominic's entrance, give that man that W.
Coming out on that paddy wagon and all that with his, being,
with the Rey Mysterio mask on it.
That looks like the mask that Rey Mysterio wore back at, what was it? Halloween Havoc against
97.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that.
Now, I appreciate Rey coming out with Snoop and the Lowrider, them hitting Eddie G's music, and Rey doing his thing, his tribute to Great Muta with his mask and everything. But Dom should have won this.
Yeah. The only issue that I have about Dom, and this is not WrestleMania related, is that in the very beginning, how he is portraying himself now is how I wanted him to embrace things in the beginning, because I think he would have been way more believable to everybody versus looking like a joke, because now you have a lot of people that's turning around on Dom, you know, and actually appreciating what he's put the table on this. Now, I'm pretty sure it had a lot to do with Balor, Priest, and Rhea influencing him being with Judgment Day and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like Dom has the same opportunity that a Wes Lee has, but from a character standpoint versus an in-ring standpoint. You know, I think Dominic in the ring is kind of mid right now, because I think his wrestling ability is the same as his promo ability.
They missed the boat not putting him in NXT.
Oh, 100%.
Wait,
They missed that boat. But not putting Dominic in NXT for a little bit, they missed that boat.
Oh, 100% missed it. But yeah, he would have greatly benefited from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much that on that. But I think, yeah, Dominic should have gone over. Ray doesn't lose or gain anything from this victory. You know,
like just in the same breath that he wouldn't have gained any, or he wouldn't have lost anything, honestly, at all from losing to Dom. Honestly,
I mean, he was still in the Hall of Fame. Like, It wasn't like he was going to lose his Hall of Fame spot or nothing. Like, you're still there. You're still Rey Mysterio at the end of the day. Like, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're still a legend at the end of the day.
Now,
I enjoyed when Rey Mysterio took off the belt during the match. I thought that was pretty cool.
That was hilarious. But Dom should have been the one to come out in the lowrider, like for the ultimate disrespect to Rey.
Oh yeah,
well, that was a rumor that they was like Dom was gonna come out in the lowrider, but I guess they decided to.
But they missed
it to Rey.
They missed another part by giving it to Rey, but also not having the rest of the LWO come out with him.
Facts.
Yo,
And
Zelina Vega's fit for WrestleMania. Did y'all see that shit? She should have came out in that, and should have done some like Dust Till Dawn shit. Anyways, I'm gonna stop.
Also, having Bad Bunny on commentary, I like, you know what? I feel what's gonna happen at Backlash.
And you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, Jugs. Thank you for bringing that up. Hey, Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
I know you might not see this, Bad Bunny, but that's what you get. Sticking your nose in business you ain't supposed to stick your nose in.
Well, he's got to have a match for Backlash.
I'm pretty sure
Priest pre-showed you what happens when you interfere. Huh? When you stick your nose in business you ain't supposed to stick your nose in, you get south to heaven through a table.
And here's why I have a feeling we're going to be getting.
That was hilarious.
I would feel that we're going to be getting the Judgment Day versus like Santos, Rey, and
it's happening at some point too.
But no, it's gonna be the LWO with the Bad Bunny.
Yeah. Hold on. Well, no, I don't think it's gonna be that. But I will say, before anybody watching this tries to say I'm contradicting myself with this and then the Austin Theory and Cena thing, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Were you thinking about it like that?
Because you're gonna have people that try to dissect it a certain way. So okay, well you wanted Austin Theory to lose. How come you don't want Dominic to lose? Because there is a bigger story at hand with Dominic. Rey is still actively there. Cena is not. Cena's not going to be there to completely humble him. You have a whole lot of moving parts with Dominic's growth. Especially adding in the LWO factor, which I had talked about in messaging. You have a lot of things that you can do with Dominic that can humble him along the way. He doesn't need to be humbled right now. He needs to be an asshole. He needs to be a fucking heel. He's not being put in getting titles. He's not being put in a position where nepotism is playing a factor in anything that he's doing. So he doesn't have to benefit he doesn't have Vince McMahon patting his back, being like, oh, there you go. He doesn't have it. And this is why it works, because he's defecting from his dad. You know, so he's trying to do the opposite, which is why it works so well. You know, it's almost like you have Rey trying to get him to benefit from Rey, being like, oh yeah, you got your father this. I don't want to be a part of that. I want to do my own thing. That's why it works so well. And that's why he should have won. So take it that way.
Now,
but that's it.
Now to kind of I'll put a pin in earlier. Then on Raw, you had Austin Theory beat Rey like it was nothing.
Yo, no. Yo, so My buddy and I that were watching it were just like, what the fuck is Austin Theory about to be? Like a Legend Killer 2.0?
I
Like,
don't know.
why
People
the
say they
fuck?
might.
No, but why? Why? That is not the angle Theory needs, Legend Killer. No. You know what? Fine. If you're gonna give it to him, then you better have Randy Orton be the one to fucking humble him.
And look, Ashley was just saying that to me. She was just whispering that to me that Randy Orton could come back and be the one to humble
To
them.
humble Theory. You know
Yeah.
what? If they're gonna go that angle, because watch, if fucking Theory beats another goddamn legend like that, then yes, then that's the angle that they are probably going with. And Orton better humble the fuck. I want to see that kid get punt kicked. I want to see him get stomped. I want to see like 3 RKOs from different angles, one from the top rope, one from the fucking like holding them up in the middle rope, and I want to see one more pop up one just to shut him the fuck up.
Damn, he won't Theory
Yes.
mush.
Nah, I want Theory on a spike right now because that dude should not have won at Mania.
Also,
And
I gotta give
especially
a
to
shout
win
out
on
to,
Raw.
you know, Dominic Mysterio with him throwing the water in the face or whatever the drink was in the face of Aaliyah. You know, shout out to MJF there. You know, with him doing that back at Revolution,
Mm-hmm.
and also, you know, I can't relate. You know, when him telling his mother to shut up. Like if I ever told my mom to shut up, my ass would have been beat. Like, nah.
I'm just
You don't
saying.
tell your mom
I'm
to
surprised a chocolate didn't magically show up in Angie's hand. Just be like, what? Wow. But I mean,
Yo,
Ray
but did y'all
did
know that?
whoop him mid match too. So you know, Ray did take
Yeah.
his belt off. But
Did y'all know that that's apparently Dom's IRL girlfriend that was next to his mom and his sister?
That's what I figured. I figured that
okay,
much.
it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yeah, Dominic should have went over. But this next
100%.
match, I don't know about y'all, but this was one of my favorite matches of both nights. SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley. I was like, these ladies put on a show.
Main event.
It was better than I thought it was going to be, but
These ladies put on a show.
Yeah. But I feel like a lot of that was to Charlotte's controversy that she stirred up afterwards.
Well, and also too, Ashley's theory was that they were supposed to be the main event, so it was like let's show them why we should have been the main event.
No, exactly. That's what I was getting at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She there was apparently an article that came out after Mania about Charlotte, and they got a quote from Sami Zayn about it too. But Charlotte was over here just trying to make claim that like, okay, so 99.9% of men's Royal Rumble winners are the main event of WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And like, why the hell aren't the women's main event winners then the main event of night one? And she's trying to say that, and she's trying to make the case that this story with Rhea is 3 years in the making. Like, ma'am, it's not. Let's just be honest. It's not. Y'all done moved on and then came back. It's just how fate works as far as booking goes.
Now,
let's not try and over credit.
Now, anything that dealt with that whole bloodline situation, that was hotter than fish grease.
Yes, exactly. And they got a quote from Sammy on it. They got a quote from Sammy on it too, going like, "Hey, look, it just came down to the booking and the better story." And this story is fucking fire. It's been fire for a year. But go ahead.
Look at it this way. Let's rewind our minds back to 2019.
Yeah.
Remember, Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston was middle of the show.
Yeah.
And when Kofi Kingston won, the crowd went stupid.
Yep.
Do y'all remember what match followed that?
A Charlotte match? No,
Shoot,
not at all.
It was Triple H and Batista.
For Batista's
That's exactly why when
it made Doug leave.
When I was doing the tier list for Mania, and I seen that Triple H and Batista was on one of the matches, I was like, I do not remember this fucking match happening.
Because you know why? We
And
were so
that's why.
emotionally drained after the Daniel Bryan and Kofi situation. Let's not forget when Undertaker and Shawn had their legendary match. You know what match was right after that?
Orton and Trips. And Triple H is getting the fucking
Now, if Daniel Bryan, sorry, wrong people. If the if the Usos took on KO and Zayn, second to last, no one would have gave a shit about this match.
Yeah.
Because the emotional factor would have been drained at the fact that KO and Zayn took the tag titles.
You would have heard the words, "I don't give a shit about this Ripley Charlotte Flair match," because I was so invested in. Yeah, you would have definitely heard me go like, "Yeah, I didn't really care about that match afterwards." That's fair. That's what, and you see, and that's what Charlotte needs to understand, that she doesn't need to be this fucking spotlight all the damn time.
No one would have cared about this match if it was the main event. I'm
100%
sorry.
agree.
As
No,
good
there's
as
nothing
this
to be
match
sorry for.
was, no one would have cared.
But I see why, I see why, they were considered putting this as the main event, because like Charlotte goes like, hold my beer, like, hey, we're going to tear the house down for this match here. And this match was a barn burner. Like,
Oh, no, it was good. I mean,
like there was
shout
one
out
point
to
in
the
the
fact
match
that Charlotte
where,
got dropped on her face.
yeah, Charlotte, when she took that German suplex, she'd land on her neck. That looked dangerous.
She's totally scratched up her nose or whatever from it.
Yeah, like the whole German, and then also when that DDT that Charlotte hit in the match, like spiked Rhea on her head. That was nice.
I think that was mainly her getting her lick back, but
yeah, that nice moonsault. That was nice that Charlotte did. I mean, and then of course you had the riptide off the top rope.
Yeah.
I mean, it was well deserved to have Rhea Ripley win here. Awesome.
Oh, if Rhea didn't win, I would have stayed and watched the Usos match, but I don't know if I would have watched past that.
Also, there were so many near falls in this match, like so many close falls. I mean, we're going to talk about what match had so many falls in that match. Jeepers.
Okay, so since we're past this,
Jeepers.
Hold on.
My bad. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you are a resident Charlotte person, so my bad.
The Charlotte mark.
Let's
the Charlotte mark.
Let's we're gonna go ahead and just cut the shit and call a spade a spade.
Okay.
Oh.
With this whole Charlotte thing, saying that this shit is 3 years in the making.
Okay.
No, the fuck it's not.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You.
Here's the thing. The thing is, firstly, the whole quote unquote humbling of Rhea, the match shouldn't have happened to begin with, because there's no reason why she should. Well, I mean, let me take that first part back. I can see Rhea challenging Charlotte. I can see that. Charlotte could have easily been like, you know what? Nah, you're beneath me. And then that could have been something that rolled into later on. But Charlotte winning the NXT championship made no sense at that time. So let's not pretend like it was like a whole thing. And I mean, I'm saying that let's not pretend specifically to Charlotte. Also, let's not pretend like there hasn't been tag team matches that have not been in the main event that superseded certain things. Hell, even the WWE championship, Rock Cena versus Miz and Truth. That wasn't even for any title. That storyline had just basically trumped up almost out of nowhere. And it's only because it was Cena and Rock. That could have easily been in the middle of the card. And I'm pretty sure CM Punk had a match that night.
Yeah, I think it was. Oh shit, I don't remember.
It's the same thing with what Mania 1. No, because I think Hogan had the title at the time when he was. I don't think
it was the main event. No, I don't.
Hogan and Mr. T against Roddy Piper and who did they?
Paul Orndorff.
Paul Orndorff. Yeah. Then you had Bam Bam Bigelow versus Lawrence Taylor.
Yep,
as the
the main event. Yep.
That's a terrible Mania. But I digress.
True, but the thing is, like, if she would have said what Sammy said in terms of if a woman wins the Royal Rumble and you have 2-night Mania, there should be the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble main event one night and the winner of the men's main event the other night. That logistically makes sense.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
if there is and I would agree to that 100%, but if there's a caveat where a story supersedes that, then you have to run with the story because people are more emotionally invested in that than they are with what logistically makes sense.
Yes.
So you want to go with the better ending. And speaking of ending, the ending of this match pissed me off because Charlotte should have been walked off while Rhea was celebrating. They kept taking shots to put on Charlotte while she's at the bottom of the fucking ring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need that there. Give Rhea her moment. Just because you lost doesn't mean you have to be in every fucking shot. Move the fuck on and kick rocks. Just stop. I hate Charlotte, man. I can't stand it.
Why was she smiling at the end too? That was weird.
Because it's like, oh, she got one over. Because Charlotte can't look bad in defeat. She has to be like, oh yeah, you got me by that much. It's like Shelton Benjamin versus Triple H. It's like, oh, almost got me this much. Stop. Leave and humble yourself, please. Because
I agree.
And that's why I'm mad at Scoot. I'm mad at Scoot for saying that she's gonna be the one to take the title off Bianca because this shit's gonna come true. And I'm pissed off.
I don't know anymore, but
stop
once again
with how Rhea called out Bianca, but I mean the way Bianca was like, "Oh, we're gonna meet."
I have a feeling we're gonna be getting a title versus title, and like,
I want a title unification.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna get the unified title.
Vince is back in control now, and Vince don't like Charlotte without a belt too long, so.
That's why they're gonna give her. They're gonna unify those titles, and Charlotte's gonna take the belt.
Yep. So we'll see, because Vince don't like Charlotte without a title for too long. So
no, but if she doesn't have it for too long, that would be the reason why. Like Lit just said, they're gonna unify the belt. Then Charlotte's gonna be the first contender for it, and of course, she's gonna win it.
Easy. But
God damn it. And they'll be so quick to unify those belts too. Meanwhile, they're dragging ass with these fucking 6 belts over here.
Right. Speaking of, the main event of night one for the undisputed WWE.
Actually, we're forgetting a match.
Oh, what's up? Ain't nobody talk about that.
Oh,
we ain't gonna talk about. Let's
No.
go, Pat McAfee.
Ain't nobody talking about Pat McAfee versus Miz. Miz win. I mean, McAfee win thanks to George Kittle. There we go. All right.
McAfee's still undefeated as a commentator. Cool.
The undisputed WWE Universal Tag Team Championship of the Galaxy, whatever they're called. We had the champs, the Usos, going against WrestleMania, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, KO with the PWG logo on the shorts, to pay homage to their time in LA and everything.
Rosita, California.
I had one gripe about this match. One gripe.
What's that?
Sami Zayn took way too much punishment to keep kicking out.
Shit, man, I don't know. Like
you ain't lying.
They gave him the first man to kick out the 1D. He ate a dozen super kicks. He took the Uso splash. He ate a lot of punishment to say,
a normal person.
It's just the amount of fight and heart he has in him. I'm just
the drama. I mean, we're in Hollywood. We gotta have that drama. We gotta have that.
There's only one team the Usos should have that type of match with, and that's the New Day.
That's fair.
I can say that.
But
that's fair.
It should have been no way Zayn should have took all that punishment and was still kicking out.
To add to that point, that Sami Zayn that we saw should have easily beat Roman Reigns.
If that's the case, yes. If that's the case.
Yeah.
What you got?
This match needed more emotion for me.
I can agree.
I feel like it didn't. Part of me felt like part of this match was kind of rushed. Like they rushed a few spots. Like I felt like Kevin Owens, he didn't play as much of a factor as I assumed that he was going to. because I felt like it was more to highlight the fact that Sami Zayn was the quote unquote star of this match, which is fine. It makes sense. He should have been the one to get the finish, to get the pin. Fair. But I think Kevin Owens should have been that enforcer throughout this whole match where he was just giving it to both Usos, you know, for everything that he's dealt with. Like Sammy shouldn't have been both the whipping boy and
the enforcer.
And the workhorse, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Now, I can also appreciate that they did give the Usos, mainly Jey Uso, the respect of the fact that Zayn had to realize I couldn't just give him one haluva kick. Because if you would have just gave him one haluva kick, and it would have been it, I would unplug the PlayStation. Like, just unplug the PlayStation. I'm done. But at least he gave him 3 haluva kicks, and it was like, that makes sense to give him the respect that, all right, one haluva kick ain't enough. Let me make sure.
But 3, yeah, that's enough. 3 is
let me make sure.
3 is the magic number in wrestling.
And then, yeah, there should, like, now that you mention it, there should have been a lot more yelling at each other, a lot more emotion out of them from like a year's worth of drama.
Exactly. Like
there should have been like, you could have been with us. You should have been one of us. And it should have been like Sammy been like, wake the fuck up.
Yes, kind of like the way Roman was talking shit to Sami Zayn when he was like, especially when he had Sammy in front of his wife. He was like, look, I didn't want this. I wanted best for everybody.
We did have Sami Zayn, you know, kind of beating down, you know, Jey Uso a little bit. Going like, you know, because after I think Jey Uso was going like, at one point he said, you could have been one of us. You could have stayed with the bloodline. You know, you could have stayed with us. You could have been the Uso. But man, this match is crazy. Like you guys said, so many super kicks. Like, oh my god, super kicks galore, and like. A normal man wouldn't have been kicking out of that stuff. I mean, Sammy took all that punishment.
All the punishment.
And then KO, you know, he took that table spot, you know, that double choke slam on the outside. And I didn't expect KO to get up that quick, you know what I mean? Like to get on that quick.
I felt like that he took a minute, to be honest, but
kind of like what Dizzle said, something might have been a little off.
Yeah, I feel like some spots might have been a little rushed, yeah. But I feel like the right team went over here, you know, like after
100%.
Yeah. I can, you know, I mean,
this kind of starts the downfall.
Uso should have retained.
Yeah, this starts the downfall of the bloodline here. Which, you know, on my prediction, I was saying, what if the Usos end up retaining and Roman ends up losing the titles? Like that would have been.
That would have been wild.
That would have been
in the bloodline right there. That would have been in the bloodline right there. Right there.
That would have been wild if the Usos retained and Roman lost. Oh my!
I was saying
there's no scenario that you can roll the dice on 100,000 times and it would make sense for the Usos to go over.
True.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have made any sense. Not one bit.
But yeah, there was a lot of emotion here and stuff, like all the drama, all the big spots. I have that brains buster that Kevin Owens did on that ring apron. That was nice. There's so much action in this match. It was so good.
All right. So now before we get into WrestleMania Sunday, we woke up to news that the Endeavor Group, the group that owns UFC, was going to be the front runners to buy WWE. So we had this news looming the whole Sunday because it was like, UFC, WWE is going to merge, you know. So we woke up to that news, and then now we was kind of like, okay, well, we'll see how things going to go then, because WWE is getting bought. What was y'all thoughts to hearing that news of the Endeavor Group purchasing WWE?
It makes sense from a business standpoint. Only from a business standpoint, because it's supposed to help, you know, facilitate the company, bringing in more money and for them to make their money back for what they spend on WWE. Perfectly fine. It's going to help with the live events because they do so well with UFC. It's going to help them bring back the revenue from the pay-per-views, which makes sense because they do so well with UFC. The problem, the only problem with all of this is Vince McMahon.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's because here's the thing. And I hate to say this about anybody's well-being, any company's well-being, so on and so forth. If you make any kind of deal and you don't trim the fat of said deal, you're going to reap what you sow. There have been so many allegations, not just with allegations of Vince McMahon and his whole deal, but you've had so many stories, so many rumors, so many proving factors that stated that this person at present time is not good for the company, business-wise or creative. And you see this, you have everything handed to you on a silver platter. You still buy said company. You take the fat with it and you choose not to trim the fat yourself. In fact, you make a deal that the fat can stay exactly where it wants to on the body.
Yeah.
That body ends up failing. It's your fault for not doing the necessary things. You have, and regardless of what we've said about Nick Khan, throughout his introduction to the company, so on and so forth, he's proven to be a beneficial factor for WWE. Like that, I have to look at that objectively and say, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
The moment that Vince exited the company, for whatever time that he exited the company, you had Nick Khan, Stephanie McMahon step up to be co-CEOs. You had Triple H step up to run creative. The company hadn't looked any better in a very long fucking time. Proving that you do not need Vince McMahon as a part of that company to make decisions, to run creative, to do anything business-wise. Why? Because one, you have Stephanie McMahon, who's able to handle the day-to-day in relations. You have Nick Khan to run the revenue and the business aspect, and you have Triple H to run creative. You have three people who's able to do the job that the one person was able to do along the way. And now there's no business fatigue, there's no creative fatigue, and there's no customer or business relations fatigue because you have that separated, and not everybody is taking on more jobs than they need to take on. So how do you take something that's running full and say, you know what? Nah, let's take this 70, 80-year-old dude to do all three of these things because clearly that's the best fucking decision. It's stupid.
But then not even only that too, but then to even see it in an objective standpoint, because if you're hearing words that the morale drops at the thought of you, you should kind of want to be like, you know what? Maybe it is truly time for me to step back.
But he's too senile to fucking see that.
What were you about to get ready to say, Jaeger?
I was even going to say the one caveat to what you're saying there, Lip, is that he's it's been reported, or at least from the interview that I saw, it looks like while he's involved right now, he's in the chair, he's calling shots right now. Apparently, once this deal is all done, he's not going to be doing that.
I hope so. I fucking hope, dude. If he is,
from what it was, this was like from Vince McMahon's mouth and stuff. He's like, it's like right now, I like to be behind the scenes. I like to be like this and that. But I'm paraphrasing it. Like there's a clip of it on Instagram. But he's saying like, yeah, I like to be behind the scenes now. Presently, he was involved, but like once this deal is done, he'll be more of a like CEO and not so much the man in the room.
Because they didn't need you on Raw.
They didn't need him on Raw. They didn't need him on Mania. They didn't need him on Stand and Deliver.
They didn't need you on none of that.
All of this was a well-oiled machine, and here you come fucking derailing it.
Yeah. They ain't need you none of that. But okay. Whatever you
I
say.
think he just wants to get his last licks in before he's actually out.
Austin Theory, world champion. Here it goes. We about to get it.
Here's the reason. Here's the reason why I don't believe a lick of him being there until the deal's finalized, because it was stated that he was only there
to facilitate
the merger or the buying of the company. The moment he came back, there's no reason for you to be at the shows. There's no reason for you to go in and let somebody go where you can have the board of directors in your favor to vote you back into power. There's no reason for you to come in and dictate what goes on. It's not your problem. You're there to do, like, if you have to meet somebody to do business, they're not at the show. You can meet them for lunch.
Yeah.
You can call them on the phone.
Yeah.
You can FaceTime them. Yeah, Zoom meetings. We have a whole bunch of technology that can facilitate this whole thing that you ain't got to worry about being anywhere face to face unless it's just a necessity because you old school. I get that, because that's how it's done. You got handshake deals. I get it. But you don't have to be on the day-to-day to do something like that, because those people that you're trying to do business with, they're not at the shows all the time. They can be there maybe once or twice, but they're not going to be at every show. They're not going to be at every event.
At all.
So it doesn't make sense from a common sense standpoint. And then all of a sudden, Steph just decides to fucking leave. You tell me that shit ain't on the up and up. You talking about
Steph, that's something separate? Yeah, bullshit.
Steph, and I'm not saying that money is everything, but you have you have a stake in this company because you grew up in this company, which means there's a love for it that you would have, not just from your husband, but from you as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you're telling Sutton the moment that Vince comes back and it's a bunch of shady shit that happens, that she says, you know what? Hasta luego.
Deuces.
And now
literally, she was like, yeah, remember that break I said I was going to take? Yeah, it's permanent now, y'all. I'm out.
And she was not even mentioned as benefiting from this deal at all. Triple H benefits because he got a $5 million a year raise.
Oh, did he?
Yes. Damn. Oh, he benefited handsomely. But Steph is not mentioned. I don't know if Shane's mentioned. I'm sure he is because he made that Mania appearance. So I'm sure that he's benefited from this.
With him turning his quads.
We'll talk about that match, that Miz match. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we could when we get there.
But yeah, that's just the thing. That's my thoughts on it, man. I don't see anything good coming out of this now. At first I did, and I was like, you know what? Cool. Endeavor, business sense, cool. I get it. But the whole thing of them adding Vince, that's the biggest red flag out of this whole thing that I have a problem with, because it does not bode well for the company, for the roster, and just for the future of WWE as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And you can now later on, it might, but it's going to take a whole bunch of bad creative and a lot of money being lost for them to be like, damn, we fucked up by putting him in play.
It's like we're taking 2 steps forward, like we're taking 2 steps forward and like 4 steps back. It's like I feel like we're gonna be going the wrong way with booking.
Mm-hmm.
And what's gonna be like the whole situation with like their like TV deals and like
we don't know yet. Like, that we don't know if they still got the deals with USA.
When does like the Peacock thing end?
Yeah, so we don't know.
I think 2025 maybe.
So yeah, who knows if they end up going to like eventually going to like a
back to WWE Network
or WWE Network or like ESPN Plus. I doubt.
Well, and Endeavor worked on the WWE Network, so that's a possibility.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would love to go back to WWE Network.
I'd be fine with
unsubscribe. I don't know.
I'd be fine with getting WWE Network back.
Same. But all right. Well, we'll definitely revisit this topic when more things start to come out, because this deserves damn near its own show by itself. WrestleMania Sunday, aka Night 2, we get kicked off with a beefy boy brawl or big meaty men slapping meat. We get The Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar versus the Nigerian Giant, Omos. And this match was exactly what I thought. The only thing is, I originally told Ashley 5 minutes, but I changed it to 4 because I thought Brock was going to get in and just do his thing and leave. But I knew he wasn't going to suplex him much, and I knew it was going to be one F5.
Yeah.
He almost got a fourth off.
He did.
I thought they were going to give him more love and give him just one F5 though.
Well, you got to remember, it's Brock Lesnar fighting black people, and you know how it is with Brock Lesnar fighting black people.
That. God damn it!
So,
I thought they were gonna break the ring at one point. Like
nah. I knew there wasn't gonna be no ring breaks.
And then they had to reassemble the ring, and then all that would have been way too much work.
What?
Yeah. They got to stop that.
Yes,
I mean, this was
when
how
Brock Lesnar fights black people, it's so disrespectful.
He does not lose to black people. It's been a fucking fact.
He not one black person.
I mean,
Nah,
Bobby got a few wins over him.
But Bobby beat him because of Roman Reigns. It wasn't like Bobby beat him clean.
What Scoot's saying is that he's never lost clean.
Yeah,
I mean, the Rock,
disqualification or it was some type of interference. He has not cleanly lost to a black superstar.
You know, there was the Rock. Wait, but Shelton Bench? No.
Nope.
The Colt? No, not Kofi.
Nope.
Big E
nope.
did. No, damn, no.
Nope.
Big E did.
Nope.
Bobby? No.
Nope. Kofi?
But R-Truth?
Nope.
No, damn.
Nope.
But Leo Rush? No, Leo Rush.
You're doing this shit on purpose.
But Xavier, no.
No. Xavier didn't even run the gauntlet on that one.
remember, Big E lost his title in that Fatal 5-Way. He never got a rematch.
Oh, what about
before his neck was broken?
No.
Nope.
Booker T? No.
There's no black person who has beat Brock Lesnar clean.
This is a conspiracy.
Montel, Vontavious Porter? No. Nope.
No. Not a one black superstar has beat Brock Lesnar clean.
No.
No.
You about to make me choke on my water.
Nope.
God.
But this match was what I expected. Now, this next match, how Jaeger said the women's match, the 6-women's tag match was useless.
Oh, dear Lord.
This WrestleMania Women's Showcase match. It was Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya and Shotzi versus Ronda and Shayna versus Sonya and Chelsea. I don't know why this match existed.
Just could have been SmackDown.
For Ronda and Shayna, who are both injured, by the way, to win.
Wait, what?
You didn't pay attention?
Obviously Shayna, yeah, but I didn't see Ronda.
Yeah, Ronda had that whole little thing on her arm because they both injured.
Yeah.
So they just
gotta say about this match. So like Ronda and Shayna, they got thrown into this match while all the other women, they had to do number one contenders matches to get into this match.
Because originally,
and it's not like this match was going to mean anything because the tag division for the women suck. And it's like,
originally
those tag titles
the original plans
was in the trash.
The original plans was Ronda and Shayna versus Damage Control for the tag titles, but they changed it
because of the injury.
I don't know.
Yeah, but this match was I did not like this match at all. I mean, it was cool seeing who was it? Natalya doing the double sharpshooter. I thought that was cool to match. I thought that was cool to match. I mean, Chelsea Green, she was looking nice out there. I mean, she was looking pretty good.
Why was Chelsea Green not with Carmella? I need this answer.
I don't know. I don't know if Carmella got injured or what, but many people was wondering what happened with Carmella.
It also have a feeling that Liv Morgan, she's going to be turning heel eventually.
There's something going on with Carmella, but it's unspecified. They just haven't
Yeah.
released whatever the reason was.
And also,
Hopefully,
there's
Vince
rumors
isn't trying to
about
get himself another allegation.
Liv joining the Judgment Day as well. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but she
No.
would possibly join the Judgment Day. Which
They don't need anybody else. They're fine.
She
They're
said
fine
she
as
said
they
too
are.
many character changes.
Yeah.
First,
She-
and then Judgment Day doesn't need anybody else. They're perfect as they are.
Yes,
Mhm.
I can agree.
I agree. Like I don't want to say it, but I've been hearing some things go around, which we'll talk about it around when we get there. But
Yeah, Shayna, Ronda win, and then for it. Okay, moving on. Personally speaking, this next match was my favorite match of the whole weekend. We had another Beefy Boy Brawl.
match.
The
man.
Intercontinental Championship triple threat. The champ, Gunther, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus.
I also watched
AKA
commentary during this match. Commentary.
Well, hold on, Judge. This match was AKA how much was they paychecks because they was putting each other to too much shit if they didn't get paid handsomely for this.
So their chest was looking like hamburger meat. Like, man, my
Good
God, they were beating like
jeez.
a hamburger. Jesus. Like, that match was
Arguably
crazy.
my favorite match of the whole weekend.
You had so
Big
many.
meaty men slapping meat.
I'm gonna cut that clip down and then put that on TikTok.
Look, Big E is a national treasure for that line forever.
Man, like there was so many chops in the match, so many big moves, and like, oh my God, it's crazy. If people who are watching it, they haven't seen this match yet, they need to go watch this match. Like, my God.
Dizzle, what you got on it?
There's not much to say. I think with this match, everything that happened, I feel like I expected it.
Yeah.
I think when you have all the players in motion with this, the only thing I didn't expect was the outcome. Am I mad at it?
Same.
Nah. I'm not mad at it, but it is but no, it's because I said it was gonna be very difficult to redeem Sheamus getting that title, but I think with everything at play, I think you can still make it work.
How many days has Gunther been champion?
Not enough to be.
Let me look it up and see.
It's got to be at right now. It's probably closer to 400. I think he's still in the threes. It could be mid threes.
I think it's like mid threes or something like that. But yeah, you have any more to give on about this match?
Yeah,
he's at 296.
Oh, so he hadn't made 3 yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to beat Honky Tonk Man, but I do think he's going to reign. They might give him to SummerSlam at the most if they're going to have him and Sheamus go at it.
Sheamus should have had this spot. Like
he should have.
He should have definitely had his WrestleMania moment. The fact that even commentary is calling it out, going like Sheamus has like never won the Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that made him a Grand Slam champion.
Yeah, that will.
Yeah,
that'll make him Grand Slam if he ever gets the Intercontinental.
I think anybody could have won this match because, like Drew, he could have won because he's been cheated out, winning, at Mania, because he wasn't able to win in front of the fans and all that, and then so I think everybody had like a good reason to win this match, but
every time there was a solid chop, like my buddy and I were watching this, and every time you just heard, we're just like, oh. We're not even like we're halfway between watching and like working, and at the same time we just hear the chop and we're just like shit.
Crazy, man.
Okay, I take that back. He could take over Honky Tonk Man's because Honky Tonk Man only had it for 454.
Okay, so, I was looking it up to see how long it was, but thank you for finding it.
Crazy, I should have remembered this since we just did a fucking
we just did it. Yeah,
tier list. Yeah, so he's got what that gives.
I don't even know where that puts him at.
3, 4, about 5-6 months.
Was him at SummerSlam?
When is SummerSlam? It depends on when
It's in
SummerSlam is.
August 5th.
Oh, that'll be a little shy of it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe
How
somewhere
much you said he
around.
had?
He's at 296.
I'll say about Survivor Series.
Because Macho Man had it for 14 months before he lost it. So Gunther would have to at least have it for 14 months.
It'd be around Survivor Series or something like that. November sometime. I don't know. Anyway, this match was a banger. This match was
Yeah.
As Sheamus likes to say, it was a banger.
Macho Man had it for 414
Yeah,
before he lost it.
So then he'd have to surpass Honky Tonk Man.
Which, I mean, at this point, give it to him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. He'd be 5. So it'd be 5.5 months.
He could make
So-
SummerSlam. He could make SummerSlam.
Or September sometime.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
so looking at this
you're
list,
right. My bad, September.
so looking at this list, if we're counting Pedro Morales, which, you know, that was that gray area that we discussed on our tier list, Pedro Morales held the belt for 425 days. But I don't think WWE is recognizing Pedro Morales' reign. So I think they're just saying Macho Man, then Honky Tonk at 454.
They could just give him a third place spot.
So, well, they consider him third place now. Gunther, yeah, they consider him third place now because I don't think they're counting Pedro Morales' time with the IC title.
Yeah, so I think they're
Because
putting
he
him
was that
behind.
gray area we discussed.
They're putting him behind Macho Man and Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah. All right. Well,
But they need to give that title some more justice. Like they need to put that on more paper.
Oh, they're doing it now with Gunther.
Yeah,
for
they
damn sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, they
All
need
right.
they need defending that backlash. They need defending that all more of these pay-per-views this year.
Yeah, he pretty definitively won at WrestleMania. So
Yeah, it was very definitive.
Oh, it was very very definitive. No doubt about that.
Like that was
I
a
also love
man
the
victory.
power bomb, onto with Drew. Sheamus getting power bombed onto Drew, and then Drew getting power bombed. Like I just love that finish there.
But yeah, match of the night for me, or match of the weekend. Watch it, check it out. The next match, something was off with this match too. Raw Women's Championship, the champ Bianca Belair versus Asuka.
yeah,
Something was off.
the wrong woman won.
Oscar should have won.
I disagree. I disagree. No. I only disagree only because they didn't make Asuka seem like she was such this killer. Like she didn't go into the chamber match and like slay the other 4 women. The in between since Chamber and WrestleMania, Asuka had like 2 matches and she kept teasing getting into it with Bianca. So it wasn't like they let Asuka do anything.
Yeah, I mean, and that's how I'm booking for WWE. Like they should have booked her back as this big monster. Like I just don't understand. I get your point, but like the wrong person won here.
Because like the only way I would have saw them just giving it to Asuka is expected to give her a WrestleMania moment. But looking at storyline wise, it didn't seem a reason for Asuka to win.
Looking at I mean, you have a point, but looking at individual character and where this takes them morale or charisma wise, this was bigger for Asuka to lose than for Bianca.
I can agree with it.
And also, I heard some rumors that apparently Bianca wanted to take some time off, but maybe she doesn't now. I don't know.
And that's why I thought she was going to lose, because at least you're like, all right, Bianca can take some time off now. But
and also, I think this would have put me ahead in the predictions. Also, I think it would have.
Yeah, this was the match that gave this was the dub.
Here's the problem with that is that you have 2 people in a lose-lose situation. This is again why Rhea should have picked Bianca and why
Yes.
Asuka should have factored in either with the Charlotte thing or she should have factored in somewhere else. Because you didn't have to have Asuka at Mania this year. You didn't have to, especially if she's going to be there to lose.
Fair.
The problem is that if you have Bianca lose or if you have Asuka lose, they both lose in the long run because you don't have a story for either one of them following WrestleMania. You don't have a story for Asuka if she wins, and you don't have a story for her if Asuka loses. Bianca, her retaining, that just adds a notch on her belt, and she gets continue having a dominant reign. She loses, there's nothing that's for her unless you're moving her over to SmackDown with new competition. That's about it. Or you just give her time off, that's the only other thing. But I don't think that's going to happen because she's such an ambassador on the women's side for WWE that they don't want to have her away from company obligations because she does such a fantastic job with PR and everything, because she can literally go anywhere on any platform to push up, especially with stuff that's going on in the world today. You got the whole female agenda. It works perfectly for her and the company, and she does a fantastic job. You don't get that same thing with an Asuka. You barely get that with the Rhea. And that's not to say Rhea's bad at it. It's just from the aesthetics of what you have, So I think she won from a business standpoint. I don't know if it was meant to win from the beginning, but if she was, this was definitely a last minute change.
I can see that too.
It definitely felt like they were like hesitating on when to like finish the match.
Yeah.
Not only that, they both looked confused when Asuka missed the mist.
Yeah, Bianca, but she was like frozen like a deer. She looked like a deer in headlights for a minute.
Yeah, Bianca looked at her like, "Oh shit, I missed the spot."
Right? She did kind of have that look like, "Oh shit, I was supposed to take that."
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and then she got but I like that they kind of recovered there, like when she got locked in the cross arm, like when she got locked in the arm bar, and then Bianca reversed it into the KOD. I really like how they did that spot there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just felt like there was something off about this match. I don't know what it was. I mean, it was like back and forth a lot, between both women and stuff. But I don't know, I felt like there was something missing. Maybe a little bit.
Asuka being a killer. Asuka should have been a killer. Asuka was not Kana in this match. She was not.
No.
And she should have been.
No.
Also, I hate Asuka's theme song. I want her to get her old theme back, but
yeah.
I want to give a shout out to the Compton Divas for performing with Bianca, and I don't know if y'all watched the press conference after Mania, but Triple H gave us the sad news that the little girl who was a contortionist, her mom had passed earlier that day.
So when I heard about that, I didn't know anything about that, but maybe that's why they let Bianca win as well, to do, give the
possibly too. But yeah, Trip, because Trips he was struggling to even get the sentence out, like to get his next few sentences out. But yeah, so definitely thoughts and prayers with her because that's a unbelievable thing to go through that morning and still being like, I'm gonna perform. So
those Compton Divas, they really did good.
Now, next match. Let's just go back to back. This next match. You know what? The less I say about this match, more. So I'm gonna let y'all take it. Hell in a Cell.
Wait, we're
versus Demon Finn Balor.
We're missing the whole Shane McMahon.
Oh, go ahead. If you want to talk about,
here's what you say to that one. Ha! That's what you say to that.
Yeah, Shane McMahon. He came in the ring, busted his he just busted his ass and he tore his quad.
Oh, that guy up there.
Okay. Oh wait, hold on. Here's what it is. Here's what it is.
Go.
So just like when I talked about the lead interest thing, where I say, when something's past its expiration date, you pulled the trigger too long. You see, Shane, he had a handful of long straws And every time he did a stunt situation where he fell off of something, he was pulling a long straw. Luck. 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 All these big fucking spots. You do a leapfrog. And you pulled the shortest fucking straw.
You know what? Okay. I'm gonna say this. When you equate it to that, it makes it exponentially funny. Because you're right. Shane has been thrown off of sails. He's jumped off of sails, jumped off of Titantrons, jumped off of any high surfaces, but a leapfrog.
Yo, for all the D&D fans out there, think of it as Seamus, Seamus. Think of it as Shane constantly keeping a D20 in pocket, right? And every one of those spots, he's just rolling.
He's rolling natural 20s the whole fucking time.
And the one time he needed to pull off a leapfrog, he rolled a 1, which is considered a critical failure.
Kurt Angle almost killed that man at King of the Ring.
He rolled a 20 for surviving.
A simple leapfrog. Clack.
So for those that don't know what a critical failure is, just look at Shane McMahon. What should have been a simple ass leapfrog.
He's had his balls electrocuted. He's jumped off of things. Like come on.
Man.
But a leapfrog.
A fucking leapfrog. But you
know
what? The only thing that makes this mentionable, aside from laughing at Shane McMahon, is the improvisational skills of Snoop D-O-G-G.
Yes.
Damn, you all right, dog?
Come on, bro. We can't go out like that.
Snoop's over here like, no, show got to go on. Let me just clap this real quick.
And then pin the Miz.
Not only that, this man did the fully improvised rock bottom, but this man looks so stiff and unsure on doing those ropes.
Very.
But this is a man that's also done a leapfrog off the top rope. I mean, a half-assed one. I mean, quarter-assed one.
Yeah.
But, a leapfrog nonetheless.
But yeah, so, well, all in all, Snoop beats Miz.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
as far as this match, Edge and Balor.
I'm gonna let y'all talk about this one because even thinking about this pissed me off.
This
match should have been so much better, but fucking Edge threw the edge of a ladder at Finn Balor's fucking scalp,
and then cut his head open. Jesus. And then you didn't see any of the blood gushing down because it
was all on the top of his head. It was like this fucking long.
And then I thought they were gonna have to change it to black for me, make the screen go black because
they cut that camera quick. That camera went through.
Yeah.
No, we can't see. We had to pause the match for a minute.
And you had to freaking. Props to Edge for wanting to do something to occupy time, but he's over here looking like a fucking psychopath, just throwing fucking things into the ring. I'm gonna lay the groundwork for a battlefield here that we're not really gonna use.
And then they had red steel chairs. They had a purple table.
That was fine.
But I thought it was funny. And then we get a red face. That's the red stuff we don't need. We don't need that. We don't need that red.
Although they wasted the Exorcist promo on Edge, I feel like that definitely should have been applied to Finn.
I love how we got the Brood Edge. That was nice.
That was supposed to. That was rumored to have possibly
that was
been
supposed to have Gangrel and Christian.
There you go. It was supposed to have Gangrel and Christian come out at least on the entrance with Edge, but yeah, Edge came out with a disco ball instead.
I love that. It was cool. And then we had a Demon Finn Balor. I love having he had his original song back.
Exactly why that Exorcist promo should have been for Finn. Finn's demon.
Did you do a double turn? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I want to know who double turned.
Braun Breaker is beating the shit out of Carmelo Hayes and Trick. After he just gave him all the respect in the world and everything, now he beating the shit out of both of them.
Should have happened on night one. I mean at Stand and
Stand and
Deliver.
Deliver, right?
Yeah.
Stand.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Here's the thing.
It should have been better. Is all I'm going to say on that.
Oh no,
A
I
lot
don't even give a
better.
shit. I don't give a shit about the match because I'm too frustrated about
Yeah.
the outcome. I don't ever, and I mean I don't ever in any circumstance. I don't care how you play it in a storyline fashion, whatever. I don't ever want to see the demon. I don't want to see the demon in WWE ever again.
Same.
Ever again.
Same.
That Exorcist promotion was apropos.
Yeah.
And that should be the fucking case. It should be done.
Done. There was way too many promotions like on both nights of Mania. I mean, that's what WWE is basically these days. You know, they don't care about.
Get used to it because that's what's going to happen with Endeavor. Every advertisement you see when you watch UFC, all over the octagon. That's all over every fucking competitor.
I mean, you have Cinnamon Toast Crunch promoting. You
thought that.
Speaking of which, that's the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Ruka.
That was Sol Ruka. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
I follow her on Insta.
That's what's up.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you thought the Cinnamon Toast banners in the Mountain Dew pitch black at Royal Rumble, you thought all that was some wait until you get the. Yeah, exactly. He said one of them was Sol Ruka. Shoot, wait till we start getting the body armor gauntlet challenge and the what else? The Snickers on a pole.
Snickers presents Andre the Giant.
Right? Snickers presents the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
You're gonna get Ava Raine become women's NXT champion. It's gonna be at the Terramana Takeover.
Yep.
It's gonna be
the Terramana Doa. It's gonna be all of that.
The Prime, Prime presents the
Every
Prime show.
is gonna be a freaking promo.
I can tell you now, Prime is gonna be all over that Puerto Rico show. Is because
it better not be.
Oh, yeah.
It better not be. Now with Bad Bunny hosting it, it better not be. Bad Bunny and Logan Paul.
But Logan Paul is he lives in Puerto Rico.
Bad Bunny and Logan Paul got real life beef. It better not be. It better not be not a single Prime netting on that show. If they want Bad Bunny to host it.
TurboTax presents. Don't do your taxes. They're putting TurboTax.
TurboTax presents Turbo Drive.
We about to see some wild stuff. Put it this way, we gonna start seeing kind of like how Brock Lesnar keep having Jimmy Johns and all that stuff. We gonna see Rhea Ripley having TurboTax logo on her shorts.
I'm about to say you better not ruin that ass.
New Day gonna come out with some Snickers inspired gear.
Nah, they're gonna have what are you talking about, man? Kellogg's is gonna specifically make Bootios just so they can have a legitimate cereal.
Hey man, Kellogg's do have legitimate cereal, man. Cornflakes is delicious.
It is delicious, but
it's gonna be crazy with Endeavor. But all right, the main event for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship of the Galaxy, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns versus the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. I love how
Cody Rhodes.
Ashley and I was timing this match, and this match legitimately started at 10 o'clock with all the intros and everything. At 10 o'clock is when the bell rung.
Damn.
Roman has a long fucking entrance. God damn.
It's longer than the Undertaker.
That ramp did not help.
And that ramp did not help.
No. Just thank you. If Taker was still wrestling, okay? And we had Taker and Roman again. Oh my God. No.
I'll just cut the TV off.
That would have been an eternity to ring.
That's your legitimate piss break.
Exactly. Let me go to the bathroom real quick while they're still coming
they're
out.
Still doing entrances? Okay, yeah, I didn't miss anything.
You could probably make a quick store run. By the time that's over
You could
with,
probably get around the whole United States. You could go to
I'm not gonna lie. I did walk one of my in the entrances. I'm not
See?
even gonna play.
There you
I
go.
think I made it. Cody started coming out, and then I got my dog ready to take him out, and I started taking him out. And then by the time I came back, Roman was halfway to the ring.
Because Roman had that little symphony part at the beginning. Then he came out, and like I said, he just sauntered. And shout outs to Solo Sikoa, the MVP of that match. The real MVP.
Man, look, fantastic match.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the ending that I would have picked.
I don't think too many people truly had Roman walking out with the belts.
I see where they're going with this. I feel like, and here's my take on this, because a lot of people are pissed off of this, because like
a lot of people.
I was doing a live stream with my buddy, and like he's like, "Oh, Cody's gonna be winning the match and stuff," and I mean, I get hit my buddy's frustration, with Roman winning. He winning the same way like he always does. You have the ref bumps, you have the Usos get involved, you have Solo get involved in helping him win, winning dirty. I understand that. But looking at it, like from storyline standpoint, I mean, it makes sense to have Roman retain here. Because I mean, you had Cody, he came back last year, he beat Seth Rollins 3 matches, had the injury, and then he came back at the Rumble, and there really hasn't been, I mean, there hasn't been like a whole lot of storyline growth with this. I mean, there's still more to feed off of this.
That's why you do that while Cody's the champ. But the point that I was saying is to, I guess, mirror what Lip was saying earlier about missing marks. This is them trying to like drag a dead, I don't want to say a dead horse at this point, but the story was told. It was like, it would have been a complete chapter, like a very well written chapter in the story of WWE.
Yeah.
To just friggin' close that, to send that off, it would have. Honestly, you could have just had Paul Heyman like wandering the halls, like, "Where's my tribal chief?" Like, you could have had him just go into hiding. He said he was trying to take time off anyway. Mm-hmm. You could have you could have the Usos disappear a little bit. You could have just had Paul Heyman managing Solo Sikoa, let him maybe grab a title or two. Mm-hmm. Like there was just. Yeah, and then even if you wanted to keep Roman on, you could have just had a very pissed off Roman just like beating the shit out of Cody as champ backstage or whatever the hell else. Like you could just be like, okay, Roman has become unhinged now because he's lost the belt, his family's lost the belt, the bloodline has collapsed, and like his only lifeline right now is fucking Paul Heyman.
But also, it kind of gives Cody a little bit more sympathy now because like, okay, he's lost. I mean, he's lost here. I mean, I feel like they're trying to do like the whole Daniel Bryan type of stuff here, like where he has to get beat down to get built back up. You have to get back to that.
You see, but the problem with that comparison to me is that Daniel Bryan was already a smaller individual. He was a guy who was already being like treated as somebody like
B+ player as a.
He already exactly, but he already naturally had those odds against him. So to beat him down more makes it a greater underdog story. Cody had his sympathy moment when he freaking tore his pec. Like he had the roads to recovery, if you want to give it a pun. But like you could have continued your story with Roman and Cody after he gets the belt off of Roman. You didn't have to have Roman stay champ to continue that story.
And I feel like the only reason why that Roman retained stuff because like they're trying to get him to that 1,000 day mark.
I'm sorry, but the only person who's going to give a fuck about that is Roman.
That's true.
I don't even think Roman cares, to be honest with you.
I highly doubt he does because the only person he has to beat now is Bruno, and he ain't doing that.
No, because the thing is, I mean, if I'm really being honest, I wouldn't be surprised if the Usos wasn't too keen of taking New Day's record so soon.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if the New Day would have been like, if the Usos would have been like, damn, really? We got a we got to take their record so soon. Like they just got it like a few years ago.
Mhm.
So it wouldn't surprise me with any of that. Dizzle, I see the wheels turning. What you got over there?
Had we done this recap review yesterday, or maybe like yesterday during the day before Raw and all this other shit, I wouldn't have had all the time that I had to kind of marinate on this, and I would have actually agreed with every point, but I have to disagree.
Okay.
And the reason why I disagree is that if we think about it, and I'm going to start with Cody's standpoint. If we think about Cody's standpoint, it's like, do we know what the actual story was supposed to be? Because we have to remember, yes, he had the torn pec, but had that torn pec not happen, what adversity would he have gone through up to that point? He had a match with Seth Rollins, and it's a happenstance. It's unexpected, and it wasn't part of the plan. So it did take him out, but that had nothing to do with Roman. And I think a lot of this has to do with the story with Roman, because if you comparatively speaking, if you have the situation with Sammy, which is why a lot of people wanted Sammy to be the one to take the titles off Roman, because Sammy had been there at ground zero with the bloodline. And so storyline ways, it made sense. But because Sammy was not going to be the believable person after Mania, it would have been a feel-good moment, but he's not a Daniel Bryan. That's not to disrespect Sami Zayn at all. It's just from an objective standpoint, looking at it from a fan standpoint, it's like Sami Zayn isn't a technical marvel like a Daniel Bryan is.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan can break somebody down the side. Sami Zayn can give you some good spots and a good match like he did with Cesaro at NXT. But you can't do that with every competitor. You know, you look at Daniel Bryan when he went up against Brock Lesnar and how believable that match was. It's not the same with the Sami Zayn. So the storyline wouldn't make sense for Sami to win. Now with Cody, he's a fantastic storyteller. And to think about it from this perspective, you know, you see he tore his pec, cool. He sits out, comes at Mania, gets in at 30, wins the Mania. Still not adversity. He's been winning and winning and winning and winning. He hasn't really been put up against the wall. Now that's not his fault. That's completely and what's happened before. Roman, if we look at Roman, does it really make sense for him to lose at Mania? Just looking at it from the perspective of the Usos losing and then Roman losing as well. Roman has had this whole elitist mentality when it came to the rest of the bloodline outside of Solo. Basically, like, he can do no wrong. Him losing the same weekend that the Usos losing, that takes everything that he's been doing this whole time and completely water, which means he can't be that dick with his cousins that he has been, because it's like, well, shit, you lost just like we lost. You know, this working out for him actually helps Cody, because now you do have the story of, okay, well, now I had you, but if you didn't have them, would you have really had that win? So, and that's why I said I've had time to think about it, because of going on Raw. And which is why I'm thinking, which, you know what, we'll talk, you know, I'll talk about it now, and then I'll let you guys talk on it when we talk about the Raw stuff. But Cody is going to have this whole year to go through what needs to go through, because Roman's going to dodge Cody at every fucking turn, which means Cody's going to have to find his way into that match with Roman again.
And that's what you say, Money in the Bank.
Yeah. So Cody's going to have to back Roman into a corner where he has no choice but to face him. Because if you paint the story like, okay, well, Cody had Roman's number at that one moment, and Roman hates that, so he's not going to allow it to happen again. And that's going to be the story. Cody's still going to be the guy to take it. So anybody that's saying Jimmy and Jay going to come back and take that's in the same category as a Sami Zayn.
But I have a feeling that Jay is going to be eventually, or the Usos are eventually going to be turning on Roman. Like,
that's possible.
I definitely could see that happening, or maybe Jay might get shot at the title again.
Well,
But he's not taking the title.
I don't think they turn on him. I think they turn their backs to him, but I
You
don't
know
think they
what I
turn
can?
on him.
You know what I can see if Cody is the
Because
one to take it.
Roman is being like this. He's being, his ego's so big and stuff, and he's like been gaslighting the Usos quite a bit, So they're gonna get tired of this gaslighting, and like you said, Dizzle, they're gonna kind of turn their back on Roman eventually here, and then you kind of saw a little ripples with it on Monday Night Raw with him going like, hey, go head to the jet, go get on the plane, we don't need you here.
You know what? If Cody is the one to take it, I can see the Usos kind of doing what the Young Bucks did when Hangman was about to take the
Yes.
belt. When
Exactly.
the Young Bucks looked up at Hangman and was like, "Do what you got to do." I can see the Usos looking at Cody like,
And do they wait for do they do this next year at Mania? Like, do they go back this, or do they do
"I
that
can see it at
SummerSlam?
SummerSlam." Well,
It's gonna
so he needs
be
50 days at least to be at 1,000.
Yeah.
So I can see SummerSlam.
it's gonna be
It's
at
either
least 6
SummerSlam or
months.
Mania. It's like, but I don't see him wait until Mania because seeing that drag on so long.
Well, see, this is why I believe what I believe as far as the Money in the Bank stuff, because what you do, you have this at least 6 months, see how this plays out. You put the briefcase on Cody, and then you see how everything plays out, because then at that point you have a trigger to pull at any fucking point in time. So that means if you don't want to stretch it out all the way to Mania, then you can have Cody pull the trigger sooner than Mania.
And he can say, hey, he goes like, hey, I want to face you right here this time. I not do like a cheap cash in. That
but
does
ultimately, Cody's gonna pick Mania for next year.
It's either SummerSlam or Mania, but mainly more Mania. Yeah,
because if you have Roman going 3 years strong, being at Mania in the main event and basically defending, you have him go out on a Mania.
Sure, I'll be there I'll be in attendance for Mania next year. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm definitely going. I'm definitely
gonna try to.
Also, they're doing this whole thing
yeah.
for Mountain Dew. Hey, we should all get in on this Mountain Dew thing, like this whole sweepstakes. Get Mountain Dews, like get bottles of them, and we'll see if we can. Because like you get 4 tickets to go to Mania. Hey,
is that right?
They don't want TAG to be great.
They don't want us to be great. But wouldn't that be something if one of us ends up winning?
But all in all, the Tribal Chief came out on top, and the collective hearts was broken. And then every wrestling fan who tuned into Raw hearts was broken, because the Raw after Mania was not only
lackluster.
Not only the Raw after Mania was one of the worst Raw after Manias, this was actually one of the worst Raws. Period.
Yes.
Oh shit.
This Raw was trash.
I saw like the first hour, man. I didn't watch the
rest. That's so basically you saw the whole segment, because it started off with Roman coming out, Cody coming out, Cody basically telling Roman, I almost had you. Like Dizzle said, if it wasn't for your bloodline, I would have had you. And he was like, well, how about a rematch tonight? And Roman was like, ha, 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 ha. And then they was like, well, how about a tag match? You and Solo versus you. And Paul Heyman put that caveat of, whoever comes out there and be your partner, they can never challenge Roman for the titles.
And then bum.
And here comes Brock, because Brock already couldn't challenge Roman anymore. So we got the main event set. Cody, Brock versus Solo and Roman.
Also, this is why you don't shake Brock Lesnar's hand. This is why you don't shake his hand, because you see, came back in 2012, John Cena shook his hand at 5, and then.
Let's get to it. Let's get to that.
To just run down some stuff, we had Omos versus Elias. I can understand what MVP was saying. Have Omos wrestle next time, get his confidence back up. Omos destroys Elias.
That match was added that night.
Oh,
are you kidding me?
Interesting.
No, I'm dead serious. That match was added that night.
Interesting. We get Ray and Theory, which we discussed that, but after the match, Dominic is doing the beatdown. Dominic was doing the beatdown on Ray.
Ringside.
Theory gets in the. No, sorry, not Theory. Priest gets in Bunny's face saying, why'd you interfere? Dominic gets in Bunny's face like, yeah, what was up with that? Bunny punches Dominic. Priest snatches up Bunny. Bunny gets a beat down, gets a choke slam through the announce table. We already see this. Dominic, Priest versus Bunny and Ray at Backlash is happening. KO and Zayn come out to basically discuss it, how, they won the titles, they want some competition. The Profits come out. They put on a pretty good match. Ultimately, Zayn and KO. Now, that spot didn't go right with Montez taking the stunner, because you could tell he was supposed to stumble into the corner, but I guess his overselling. But Zayn pushes Tez in the corner, takes the haluva kick, 1, 2, 3. Tag champions win. Seth Rollins has the weirdest segment of ever, which apparently they cut his segment. Apparently his segment was cut.
Huh?
Oh, I'm sure.
So he had a whole thing backstage. He had a thing backstage saying, wait, let me go out there and follow the party. So he goes out and everybody's chanting the woes, and then it just goes to commercial break.
I remember that.
So apparently, whatever he was supposed to do got cut, because when they came back, he was just leaving. And it was like, okay, this is awkward.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Because
Bobby Lashley, who we forgot to mention, who is your Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner. That was his consolation prize because he didn't get a chance to go against Bray Wyatt. But Bobby Lashley was in the back saying he wants to fight. Bronson Reed, who actually that wouldn't be a bad little feud, Bronson Reed and Bobby Lashley. But Bronson Reed, Bobby Lashley face off. Then Ali comes, he destroys Ali. Bianca comes out, says her little piece. Rhea comes out, says her piece. Then it awkwardly ends to Liv and Raquel versus Damage Control. Winner gets tag team title shots. Liv and Raquel gets the W.
I like the way that they had Raquel kind of eye up Rhea though.
Yeah. Now that I did like. Miz comes out, jaw jacking, blah blah blah. Riddle is debuting back. He comes out, beat up the Miz, going about the business. Then we get our main event: Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar versus Roman and Solo. I knew something should have been up. The fact that Roman and Solo came out first, but
they never do.
Yeah, so they came out. Brock Cody comes out, and right when the match was about to start, Brock turns Cody around, hits him with an F5, and proceeds to just beat the shit out of Cody Rhodes for about 10 minutes. 10 minutes of airtime still left, and Brock just beating the shit out of Cody Rhodes.
My buddy again, he was live streaming Raw last night when Brock beat down Cody. He was like, "I'm done with this shit." He was like, "I'm done." He cut off his stream. He says, "I'm done," and he said that he was done. But the night before, he said that he's done with wrestling. He goes like, "I hate the way they're booking Roman," and he's saying that he's going to jump over the barricade. And my buddy, his name's Leo. He's from Houston. He's from you guys' city.
Mm-hmm.
I go like, dude, you're not going to be able to put your hands on Roman. They're gonna the security's going to grab you before you try to jump over that barricade.
Technically, at Night of Champions here in Houston, that dude that jumped in the ring with Roman and Mox with the bulletproof vest on before Jericho came out.
Yes,
he stood shoulder to shoulder with them for quite a bit before they dragged him out the ring.
Did.
So it's possible.
Yes,
Leo, if you're watching this, man, take a shot. Take a shot.
Don't encourage that. But
I mean, they're coming. I mean, WWE's coming to Houston TV, in July.
Yeah, I was saying in July they coming. Yeah, but
it'll be good TV. Shoot your shot, man.
But yeah, Raw after Mania was terrible.
Yeah,
Why
it
the
is bad.
fuck? I was like, so where does this put Cody?
So it's kind of like what Dizzle said. They want Cody to run the gauntlet back to Roman.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
what better way to deter Cody than to give him a challenge like Brock?
Yeah, so Backlash from Backlash.
Yeah, most likely Backlash in Puerto Rico. We're going to get Brock, Cody, and then from that, June gives us I forgot what pre-PLE is in June. Oh, Extreme Rules, I think. No,
Extreme Rules is October.
they move Extreme Rules.
What
I
is
forgot
it?
what PLE is in June, but then July, Money in the Bank.
We also
SummerSlam.
have King of the Ring as well.
King of the
in
Ring,
May.
I think it's the June PLE.
No, that's in May. Also, we got 2 pay-per-views in May.
Oh, we got 2 of them. Oh, I was like, yeah, got early May and late May.
What is the pay-per-view that's in May? I mean June. June. Oh my god, this is gonna bug me now. It's not Money in the Bank because Money in the Bank's in July.
Yeah, Money in the Bank is July.
What is it?
Well, whatever
my
they got
God.
in June.
This is bugging me now.
But like Dizzle said, Cody's going to run that gauntlet to get back to.
It's not Hell in a Cell because they did Hell in a Cell last year in June.
There actually is nothing in June.
Yeah, there's nothing in June as of now.
They got Backlash. They got Backlash on. Well, no, that's
like May 6th, I think it is.
So yeah, May 6th. That's in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And then you have
King of the Ring. That's in Saudi Arabia.
King and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
And then on July 1st is Money in the Bank.
Okay.
And
that's in London.
Yep. Yes, there's nothing.
And then SummerSlam in August. So, yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna have Cody run that gauntlet to get back to Roman.
Shoot, and I see they got NXT Battleground in May. Damn, we got a lot of pay-per-views in May to watch. Jesus. And then of course you got Double or Nothing for AEW, but I digress.
That's gonna be the thing to slap them in the face.
Yes. But
Tony Khan.
Tony
Khan.
Man.
You have a chance to make the most of AEW in this low point of WWE.
Yep.
You need to make sure that every Dynamite, every Rampage, every Battle of the Belts that you got between here and Double or Nothing, you better book your ass off. You better sign. Matter of fact, you better sign Jay White.
Also, okay, that's that part. I kind of do that. Like, hearing all the the dirt sheets and the backstage stuff with people were saying, oh, there's rumors that Jay White's gonna be there and Matt Cardona and who else? I heard more names and stuff like Big E's.
Well, the speculation about Jay White is that all of a sudden after this whole merge stuff happened,
it went cold.
It went cold. There's no interest on either side for some odd reason, which is bullshit. You can one of those sides, which WWE had the interest. There ain't no fucking way you're gonna tell me that there's not one promotion who does not have interest in Jay White.
Facts.
As get the fuck out of here. His packaging, not like that. His character work. Everything can be geared towards and catered to any promotion at this point right now.
Oh yeah,
that's the money. So WWE, if you're gonna sit here and say, "Oh, there's no interest," fuck you, fuck you, because that's bullshit.
That's why I don't really listen to the backstage rumors or the dirt sheets that much because I take it with a grain of salt. I mean. If that person's gonna show up, they're gonna show up, and I like to keep things to a surprise, not look at dirt sheets.
Yeah,
but yeah,
and Matt Cardona is probably signed. I can almost guarantee that.
But yeah, that was WrestleMania weekend, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
And the boring ass Raw after Mania.
And fortunately or unfortunately,
also we had no NXT call-ups as well, which
This guy unfortunately became champion. So
I'm supposed to be riding on a high. I'm supposed to be riding on a high. Vince let me down with this Raw after Mania. They all did. I should be riding on a pedestal, just nice and cool, but I can't celebrate because all this information is more stuff is overshadowing
And
me
also,
being predictions champ.
sidebar here, with the whole big announcement that Tony Khan is saying, I'm gonna go with that with low expectations, because usually when Tony Khan says he has a big announcement, sometimes I go with low expectations. I mean, these past few I've been going in with high expectations, but that's
What if the
normal.
announcement is that they're signing with Endeavor too?
It was
Tony
me all
Khan.
along. It was me all along.
TK, I'm gonna limit you to like 5 to 6 announcements a year. You
Even
can't
5
go
to
past
6 is
that.
too much.
It might be. That's why I said it's hard not to limit the shit. But it's like if you want to throw your money around, cool. But at least make these fucking announcements mean something, because I'm sick of this empty ass. Like, we don't need a big announcement being like, "Oh, there's a show on TNT." Like, stop it.
Oh, they are coming up with a show, aren't they?
Yeah,
But,
it aired last week.
On like a Saturday and stuff.
Before we head on out of here, Champ, you got anything you want to say? You want to address the people? You want to address the whatever your Dizzle Incorporation
First off,
Coalition Kingdom?
you need to say it right. Say it right. Dizzle Independent Championship Kingdom.
Oh, my bad.
Hey, there's only one kingdom, and that's back here.
Dick for short, but it's long.
I'm about to say that. I mean, I don't know, man. That logo you showed us is pretty short. It was on the chode side,
It's not proportionate.
It must have been cold. That's what it was.
Yeah, it must have been cold when he made that logo.
That's fine. I'm about to be on a hot streak, though.
Go ahead. I mean, like
we're defending every pay-per-view.
I'm just gonna let my actions.
Everyone.
Oh, so we doing
champ? All right.
Huh?
All right. Bet.
Oh, so we doing all the May shows? Oh shit!
I'm doing
dude.
every May show.
You're
Backlash, King, Queen of the Ring.
Oh, this man wants
Battleground.
a gauntlet. Oh man, you're gonna be a tired guy, my guy.
Double or nothing. Oh,
Did we forget that this is not my first rodeo? I did this the first year when the crown was introduced. I was doing this.
You did.
I'm just
wearing that silver crown. You're right. You did.
I'm gonna let my actions speak for myself. I'm not gonna be saying anything. I'm getting the title. No. I'm just gonna prove it. It's gonna show you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I proved it. January, I said it. The proof is in the pudding. Or
it's okay. It's okay, man, because apparently now in my 3 reigns, the evidence has shown that whenever I win, there's never any question about it. So it's okay. I'll take my wins when I get them, and you know what? I'll be on that board. No worries.
Hey, it should have been me. It should have been me who won it.
I'll admit you did propose the idea of changing a prediction.
Putting concrete and putting matches. Well, I wasn't even at home watching, so I didn't even know the results of anything. So I got, you know what? Let me change this before the match starts.
But even if you wouldn't have changed that prediction, it still would have came to Bianca and Asuka.
Yeah, and if
so it still would have came to that regardless.
Yeah,
that's true.
But Dizzle, go ahead and sign us out, good sir. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead and ride us out, champ.
Whether you loved it, hate it, don't forget to rate it, thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave all your comments, concerns, questions down below. Leave all your adulations and your praises for the champ down here as well. But as always, make sure you hit that notification bell, subscribe, tag that subscribe button over and over and over. Exactly. Thank you, Loki. But as always, as I give a too sweet to my bros. Bada, 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 bada. Whoop, bam. And as always, until you hear these immaculate voices and see these handsome faces, we bid you all adieu, a farewell, and all that good shit. And until next time, you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mother effers, tag the fucketh. Ow.